Wow.
Hello again.
Forgot the fact that my mic was muted. How about that shit?
Howdy.
Wow.
Sorry for the late start. You shut up. I had to get everyone back into the mood. Everyone relax a little bit. I will not be posting last week's VOD to my YouTube channel. You can find it on my Twitch channel. Everyone is here. We are going back into the main story. To sum up what happened, the Grand Galleon, known as the Argonaught, helmed by Captain Argos and his orc crew, just a random lighter? Yeah. Were beset by a pack of dragons. They found out were actually a group of druids. Under command of one, they our group here managed to defend the Argonaut from severe damage and, if not imminent destruction, but did not achieve full victory as two managed to get away.
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah, it's not in here.
What isn't?
Don't you lie to me.
Nose people. Nose
Changeling? Shifter?
Afterward, our group, alongside the Argonaut, began to make repairs as quick as possible, although the Argonaut was in severe disrepair, and half the crew had been turned to ash and burnt bodies on the main deck.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
As the...
Well, no revivify for you guys. Ooh.
Nope. Charred to death.
Gotta have a body for that.
Revivify. Ooh, yeah, you're back to life as the many scattered ashes on the wind.
Sentient
I actually
ashes.
found that in order to revive somebody, you need the whole body. If you're missing anything, you can't be brought back.
Like anything?
Anything, like a limb,
Wow.
an inside, your head, you can't be brought
So
back.
yeah, if you're like in a hostage situation, if you like some of the fingers and stuff, then wow, yeah, you better really hope you're getting that person back alive. Wow.
Uh-huh. You can't bring them back. You need the whole body. Intact.
Are these stickers?
You found the dragon stickers.
Oh yes.
The captain of the Argonaut, Argos, asked, on behest of Dracaria, Kotok to try and revive some of the crew that were
Less ashy.
Not ash.
that were revivable.
Ashy, vaporized. Fair. I don't think Kotalk revives. I think he reanimates.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what his argument was. Like, do you just want me to bring them back? I don't think I can revive them.
Like, I can make them useful again.
But our story begins just in the late morning. Both the Argonaut and the Sunsetter are tethered together. All able bodies are going around trying to repair both the Argonaut and the Sunsetter from their charred and burnt situation. What would you guys like to do? As Nux, you are busy currently mending full bore. Albie, you are trying to tend to ropes and pulleys. Varen is a babbling mess. He has been afflicted with a feeble mind spell, so he is quintessentially useless. Gaius is attempting triage. Kotok is having a discussion with Argos about how to bring back some of the remaining of his crew. CD's nowhere to be seen, at least on top deck. Nihilus, I had you attempting triage as best as you can. And I had Dracaria is using her infinite water skin and shape water spell to douse any embers or open flames.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So, yes?
What am I doing?
What would you like to be doing?
I don't like to guess that. I would like to find someone who could treat Baron.
You ask some of the remaining crew of the Argonaut. They all kind of give questioning looks, but they point you towards one of their crew members, their crewmates, by the name of Dr. Palm. But he's busy down below deck.
Okay. Well, I will pop Baron in line to meet him, I guess. Until he's available.
You take Varen down below deck on the Argonaut, and you see
Oh, I remember this.
the gun deck is almost nearly destroyed. Every single ballista in the gun deck is burnt to cinders. A lot of barrels of stored supplies have been burnt to ash. And there are several bodies burnt in corners and in the middle of the floors. You're directed further down towards the crew deck. It's a little bit more stable, but there are bodies both heavily bleeding, some outright dead and mangled. You see this a little shabbier of an orc, a little bit on the smaller side, a little bit more frail, a little thinner. Half his face is burnt, but not fresh burnt, like an old burn scar. And he seems to be administering a number of potions to several of his crewmates.
I forget how fucking lost it Thrycreen were. Think about being an ant-person.
Thrycreener.
Yeah, you get advantage on all stealth checks because of your fucking camo mage armor. You have mage armor for free, and it's camouflage. You've got 4 arms that you can use, so you can like dual wield crossbows, which is like my dream of always being able to do. Just dual wield crossbows.
Yeah.
While you reload one, you're firing another. You've got a constant stream of crossbow bolts going because you've got 4 arms.
I don't want to hurt her game. Okay.
Um,
You got.
I'm gonna
you
play
got
something
fucking
goofy.
Telepathy.
I'm still gonna be
120
Russian.
feet
So
for
that's
free.
I'm still gonna be Russian.
guys,
I got you.
You don't need to sleep.
Still good with the brother thing.
Alright, you bring Varen up to who you can assume is Dr. Palm. Yeah. What do you need?
I'm just kind of attacked by, I guess like a magic spell that's connected into this. Could you check them out and fix them?
Palm looks over your brother. Surprisingly, he's physically well. He doesn't. He's not too heavily wounded, if anything, if at all. Palm starts poking and prodding. Sorry, there's really nothing I can do for him. This is a magical affliction. You're gonna need something stronger than I can deal with this.
Who can deal with this?
No one on this ship. You're gonna need some type of holy person.
Where can we find one of those?
I wonder.
We
You guys.
don't get one of those.
Oh my god. Oh, well, I guess it's convenient. We're going to Cathedral. I grabbed Baron by the collar, dragged him up, popped him somewhere to hang out.
He has no mentality. He doesn't know he doesn't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
That's fair.
Poor baby.
Poor baby.
No, I will vaporize.
You head back topside.
I know how I do this.
Gaius is tending to whoever he can. Anyone else wish to do anything?
We're gonna start helping on repairs, physical repairs of the ship.
Okay.
Have I doused most of the fires?
You're working on it.
We can guess mending more than we can guess any sort of healing spell.
I have my unseen servant, my 2 robots. I'm fixing stuff. It's great all the time.
Okay.
I'm singing "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
Dude looks like a lady. Okay. So for the next good couple of hours,
I fingered a robot. The back's
your finger's now covered in castor oil. Congratulations.
Yummy. You lick that finger.
The repairs are slow, but they are unimpeded. Bits and pieces of the inside of the inner decks, as well as the mast and helms, are slowly being repaired or rewound. A lot of the embers and open flames are slowly being condensed and doused. I need everyone to make a dexterity check, as without any warning, both the Argonaut and the Sunsetter tilt sideways.
I don't like this.
As there's
say that.
as there's a sudden that comes from the sunset.
Dex check?
Dex check.
Oh, great. Great.
Okay, great.
Fuck!
23.
You're as you're tying up rope lines, holding up the mast and the pulley systems. You immediately feel this shift in height,
Ah!
drop, and
Not bad.
rotation. You grab hold of the rails.
30-20.
You're on the deck of the Argonaut. As you're a little bit further away from the immediate drop, you feel it slip, but you drop down almost to your knees and hold onto the deck. Nux, what'd you get?
5.
Unfortunately, as the ship is tilted, you were just a little bit too close to one side. As both ships focusing on the Sunsetter, it drops radically fast. You bounce off the rail and are now free falling.
Can I do anything right now?
Niles,
16.
not bad.
Telekinesis. My buddy here.
Avaria.
Yes.
Whoop.
Moment to think before I fall. What the fuck is going on? What do I see?
What'd you get for a dex check?
A 9.
Nice!
As you were handling your brother getting back from the main deck, he was being a little stubborn, trying to get back onto the main deck. Gaius, Baron.
My ship.
Wow, that's sad. All 3 ASMR fail.
Oh no.
As all 3 ASMR, they slide down the decks of the ships, hit the rails, and are then suddenly into free fall.
D6.
Mini D6.
It's a stat roller.
I need Nux, Avaria, Gaius, and Varen to make dex saves real quick.
What kind of save? You said what save?
Dex save.
Okay.
You're trying to grab onto something before you fall off.
I thought I was already off.
You're going into free fall. You're trying to
Oh.
grab something as the so the Sunsetter
Yeah,
Argonaut.
that was just me falling. I was
It
a
went-
pop yet.
Yeah, the ship went this way.
That makes more sense.
You were sitting. You were sliding. You hit the rail and you bounced, or went underneath the rail. You're now sliding down the deck of the ship as you try and grab onto something.
Okay.
Gaius manages to do just fine. Varen does not.
Sounds about right.
Can I like? Are there any ropes anywhere near me that I can throw to him or anything to help him?
There are free ropes. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was like, I'm the teleporter. It's okay.
Avaria, what'd you get for your deck save?
I feel
Yeah, too slow.
having
I heard it's really bad.
It's too hard to watch.
Say that again.
She's trying to
I
work.
said D&D Beyond logged me out, so I'm struggling to log back in.
Oh,
Been there.
fight it.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
And then you try to fight.
Okay, that's an 11. Oh.
Come out here.
Unfortunately, you are not able to grab onto anything fast enough. You and Varen are now falling off the Sunsetter.
Fun. Good for us.
Fuck, good for us.
I need something a little bit more intense.
More intense than this? Has it been a day? Are we rested?
No,
Oh,
it's been a couple of hours since your fight.
wow.
Almost perfect.
Albie, if you wish to throw something to try and lasso either Avaria or Varen as they are currently falling off the ship.
All right, you cannot. Yeah. What am I checking?
Aaron's also very stupid.
Oh, no, but he's.
Make another dex check as you're going to grab some rope and yeet and try and lasso someone.
It's gonna be 18.
For a dex check?
Yeah, it's. Or no, you didn't say dex save, did you?
No, I said dex check.
That's gonna be 11.
Okay. You send out what little bit of safety line rope you had spare. You send out a quick lasso. You do manage to actually lash Varen by his leg as he almost flies off the deck of the ship. You hear him just go, "Ah!" and he flips over. He's now dangling off the side of the ship.
Nailed it.
Nux, what are you doing?
I got a 23 on my dex save to catch myself.
Yeah, that's easy enough. As you're sliding down, I got nothing. Ooh, rail. Grab the rail. You see a Varda heading your way.
I choose to fail.
Okay. You
That's for me dodging the rail.
just. You're now in open sky. As Avaria soon follows you.
I don't care about that. Can I look? What the fuck is happening?
You don't know.
Okay, then I have my turn. I'm just trying to look.
Make a perception check.
I can do that. These are the things I can do. Can I take that? Is that fine? Will you allow that?
Is it cocked?
Not really. I mean, it's not straight, but it's not
It doesn't look cocked to me.
done.
I just know that the outer wall of your tray is tilted.
Exactly. 23.
You notice that the Sunsetter is lower than the Argonaut, so the reason for this tilt probably came from the Sunsetter. But the fact that there's no external explanation, something probably happened on the inside.
Yeah, what the fuck? Inside the Sunsetter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How far away is it?
Less than 30 feet.
Do I have an action?
Sure.
Do I have my bonus action?
Sure.
Echo and
Okay.
rest my movement to get inside the ship and return?
Sure. Is anyone going to try and grab for Ava? As she's now currently falling off the ship.
I'll telekinesis her, yeah.
Okay.
Telekinesis.
Holding yourself, Nihilus, on the rail, you see Avaria sliding and falling off the sunsetter from its lower position. You reach out and grab her and hold her in place as both ships rewrite themselves.
Oh, no, you don't.
It just rewrited itself again?
Yeah, so it basically just went.
What the fuck?
Thank you, Nihilus.
Who woke up? Who got big?
Wasn't me.
A lot of the crew on the Argonaut are freaking
I'm
out.
steering the ship at the moment.
What remaining of the deck crew already have blades drawn, and they're talking in Orcish, freaking out.
Orcish.
What are they saying? I automatically get to know what they're saying.
That's what I'm saying, you.
When we're getting in, train where? It's a conglomeration of just noises and grunts. Argos still at the managed to grab himself. Cries out, "Rah! Calm your shit!" He switches back to coming. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. My assumption is that Hol'Goth got on the ship. He's the only one heavy enough to dip it.
Where the fuck is he then?
I don't know.
Go fucking find him! He nearly caused us to capsize.
Why do I have to find out?
I'm talking to all of you!
I'm already on the ship. I'm not there.
As you teleport inside, you see Hol'Goth. He is on his hands and knees and pale.
Hey.
He's trying to catch his breath. Sorry about that. That took a lot more out of me than I thought.
It's alright. Don't speak, just think. I'll speak for you.
Did you teleport here?
I did. He resets himself.
Did you, like, not distribute your weight?
More like I fell from the ceiling.
Huh. Been there.
Yeah. Your connection, Nihilus, with Hol'Goth is strained. Weak. And not quite sure why.
Are you putting up any barriers against me?
What if I could?
That's what I was thinking.
No. Let's just say I've been doing something that I really shouldn't be doing, but for the sake of victory, I have to.
Going off the reservation now, aren't we?
I mean, in a way.
How'd I know?
Hol'Goth looks around and looks back to you, and you see his facial gesture is, I can't say. He doesn't even say it in his own mind. He just looks at you, and CD soon steps through the door, coming out of one of the rooms. What in the hell? Oh, hello there. Glad to have you back. What happened?
Give it, like, one more minute. Okay, family gathering. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the ship. Hi.
So, Hol'Goth, still in a very weakened state, just sits against the far wall. Sorry I've been gone.
Are you sure about that?
Am I supposed to reply to that?
I mean, you seem more happy gone than, here with us.
I mean, you wouldn't be?
Oh, I like being around you guys.
Yeah, where are you going? With that company?
Right? We always have a ton of fun. What's wrong with you?
The fun that you indulge is like the worst time I've ever had in my life.
What are you talking about?
This last year and a half of my life has been the worst.
No, that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, but that
Especially the drinking. The drinking has been the best.
My eyes just twitching so hard.
What's wrong with your face?
I'll walk up to you, put my arm around you, and hand you my flask. Drink, it makes things better.
See? Drink.
The Tampa mentality.
Makes you feel better.
Why the fuck are you here, Hol'Goth?
I needed closure.
You need a closure. What do you mean you need closure?
He grabs
You know, you need clothes more.
two small skulls from his side. I needed closure.
Oh. Did you get it?
I mean, ish. I now have a direction. I know where to point my fury.
Okay.
You know, we're killing God. That's what we're doing.
Which one?
Both.
Both? Okay, good.
What's wrong with me?
For the longest time, you know, I couldn't agree with you, Jakaria, but now all of a sudden I do.
What?
We don't need gods. Fuck you.
I mean,
No gods, no masters.
Exactly.
hold on.
What?
I mean, Hol'Goth, you may know more of this, but like, do gods hold the order?
No.
You understand that the universe is pure chaos.
No, it's not.
It's absolute chaos.
I have been to the plane of order.
And?
And?
That is not chaos.
Because
Right.
Literally, my being is like order.
Okay, that's the order of chaos. Where in someplace else that's not the plane of order, it's absolute chaos.
But no, that's a different area. This is the plane of like the material. You see this? And I was like, I
Yes,
can't
it's
help.
absolute fucking chaos.
It's in chaos right now, but can't like.
So you much rather be under a collar then? Not have a choice. Not have free will.
I mean,
Is that what you're saying?
do you have a choice to breathe? I mean, you
Do
might.
you?
You might not. Just go above the ship. Fuck you, fucker.
Nux, get your shitty ass back down here. We're not done.
It's funny how he runs away when he's wrong.
I have to breathe. I don't have a choice, dickhead. They scream from the top of the ship.
No, again, I'm sorry. I needed to I needed to take care of some things. I needed to look into some things.
You're so pale.
Yeah.
Where'd your color go?
He's-
And your spunk. Like, that's just kind of MIA. What happened? Do you need a drinking ben? We can totally go on another drinking ben. That sounds like so much fun.
You're gonna
I
have
second
fun.
that.
Yes.
Do I like look? Do they look more similar now?
Hol'Goth is still
Beefier.
beefy, but he's very pale. He looks weak. Like he's sick. Or drained in some way. There is a slight difference between Hol'Goth and Nihilus. Aside from the very poignant statement of no beard, Hol'Goth's hair is very much unkept, whereas before you've seen him when you had your meeting the week prior was kept, braided, clean. His whole appearance was clean. Whatever's happened in the week has taken a big toll on him.
What'd you do?
It's my business.
Hey, what are you holding?
These?
His
My wife and daughter?
Yeah, his wife and daughter.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
Told you I needed closure.
Spilled the beans when we freed his dragon self.
Fought in the northeast. Frozen tundra. My home. You know, several thousand years ago.
So did you fight something?
No, I had to dig.
So dig and wore you out.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Must have been pretty deep.
Hey,
I know,
It
right?
was also very cold.
Hey, come here. Like poke him like with my. What
Aren't
do
you,
I have now? My sword, yeah.
aren't you a fire-breathing dragon?
I don't breathe fire.
He's a crystal dragon.
Ting.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
Why are you?
Resistant?
Poke.
Immune to cold?
Is he bleeding?
Do you want to cause damage?
I'm trying to poke him to like just do a droplet of blood. Yes, I do 1 point of damage.
You poke him with your sword. It's solid. You take a little bit more. Are you after something?
Just trying to see if you bleed, I'm assuming.
I was, yeah.
I would prefer not to.
Why?
Who wants to bleed?
Well, obviously nobody, but I think you're the only one who hasn't bled yet.
Well,
I'd much rather not, considering that you were supposedly built from my blood.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, let's make
So
it
I'd
bleed.
I would much rather not bleed, because apparently having cosmic dragon blood is a grandiose thing. Would much rather not.
Considering
Making
I'm
sure
one,
you
that
still
would
have
make
that
me one
inside
step
you.
closer to the Phoenix. That'd be great.
He pads your shoulder with a heavy thunk. I'm here, and I'm real. I don't want to bleed.
if I was the strongest of the group, that would kind of hurt.
Depends how you ask.
No, I'm the strongest of the group.
That's very, very funny.
I mean, not without this.
He looks over at Ava.
I'm very
Punch you.
I can still take it. I do have a higher
I
strength
am
than her.
punching you.
I do still have a higher strength than you. You attack with charisma.
Great hit.
Hey, are you still scared of fire?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
Bring it on! I'm a tree, baby. I grow back now. I cut my hand off, and it just grows back to like a.
Okay.
Cool. It's like a little tiny baby hand that's just like.
So,
Even better, it's like the Men in Black. You know, the hand where the head grows back. It's just like a hand that's like.
Ned.
my
Ned
God.
grows back. Do you have any how much that stings?
That stings.
That's so gross, dude. That's so goopy. Sorry. Okay. Weird subject. Men in Black. Will Smith.
So,
Oh my gosh.
I know that we all have this mental connection, but I'd much rather hear it from in your words. We are attacking Cathedral.
Yep.
If have I heard that right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to see if I can get a sky whale to just land on it.
But that's the false sun needs to go. The false sun totally needs to go.
What?
The false what?
The false sun.
The fuck is that?
Oh, I'm assuming they have some sort of false sun. You know, the big ball of light in the sky. Yeah, they have a false one, and it's causing weird climate stuff.
When the fuck did you learn this?
Oh, back in where was that place where they had all the golems back there? And that's why it was raining there instead of snow.
I wonder where the clouds are going.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's supposed to be winter right now. Don't you think that's odd? And it's not.
Yeah, and it is. It's getting nicer as we get closer.
It's very
isn't it?
warm. It's awesome. I love it. Except for it's supposed to be winter.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So somebody fucked with something, and it needs to go back to normal.
Making good points.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it that would definitely hinder the rest of us. Maybe not all our angel friends over here, but it would hinder the rest of us because of especially me. Right here.
Man, that sounds like
This
a bad
person
thing.
right
That does
here.
sound like a bad thing.
Do you think you can turn off said sun?
I don't know.
That's something that you kind of have to move.
I
What's that
mean,
face for?
this guy destroyed a giant sky serpent or whatever. Do you think you could destroy that?
It was a sky whale.
I don't think you understand my current position. No.
Well, let me.
What?
What?
You want to kill a god, but
Kind of need your help right now.
What kind of help?
you just took the air out of me.
That's about as much as I can do right now.
What happened?
I was here. I thought.
Spill.
I'm
he can do the same thing with a bad fart.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I need your help right now, and then it's none of your business. Like that doesn't make any
These
sense.
bubbles.
It's
Birds
none
fart.
of your business.
Okay, then no help.
Can birds fart?
According to Vox, and generally speaking, birds don't fart. They lack the stomach bacteria that builds up gas in their intestines.
I guess you don't fart.
You don't
You
fart.
drink a shit ton of beer and booze, but you don't fart.
No farts.
I bet your shits are
Wait,
awful.
wait.
Yes. Just awful shits.
Just probably awful shits or regurgitation, by the way.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah, birds are good. Yeah, that is definitely where it comes.
Yeah.
He doesn't fart. He burps violently,
Often.
like a fermented barrel. Just.
Oh my gosh.
What happened? No, wait. Sorry. Answer my own question. I fell through the ceiling, caused the ship to tilt. Answer my question. Sorry.
See, what the fuck is going on with your brother?
I honestly don't know. He seemed fine last week, and I don't know. C moves to sit next to him. Albie, you notice that there's a slight shift in his position as she gets close. Just almost barely noticeable. Look, I'm fine, okay? Don't worry about it. No, you're not okay. We need to understand this. Look, it took a lot out of me to go dig up my family, okay? I had to dig through ice and earth and snow, and I dealt with the cold, and that's why I have a polar bear fur that turned brown because I was in the mud. And... Look, I'm just tired, okay? I'm just tired. No, you feel sick, brother. We need to take care of this.
Is he connected in the mind link?
He's there.
Damn it.
He's not saying anything.
I like look around at you guys, like as this conversation's happening, I'm like, Nihilus, mindfuck him!
I'll jump
Does
in.
anyone else? Yeah, no, I still do
absolutely
this. Yeah.
I stay put. I'm like,
Okay, so
Nihilus, mindfuck him.
Oh yes.
Done. See?
okay.
I jump one side, he jumps the other side, and Nihilus is just like,
Try to retaliate.
this is your patron.
The two of you basically bum rush him, hold him down onto the deck. She's like, "Oh, what the fuck is it?" As not you
As I
not
scream, mindfuck him!
Mindfuck
Mindfuck him!
not so are you hold pursing, or are you trying to probe his mind? Probe him.
Problem.
Okay, no, those thoughts.
What, not both?
I would even just just start with hold person and then just like slowly like, ooh, I'm getting closer to touching you. I'm getting closer to eating your brains. Look out, and then see what happens with that.
Oh yeah, you're really gonna drag that out.
And then once I just detect thoughts.
Just
I'll
like,
take off. Yeah.
You're not able to pick up on into any of his recent memories. There is the one emotion of "fuck off, you annoying gnat."
I was thinking this currently.
Yes.
Well,
well, at least I know
I'll make
we're
this
not
painful
annoying
then.
that then.
That's fair.
we're gonna dredge up some hard childhood memories. We're gonna compare them with some good childhood memories. We're gonna forcibly make them forget those good childhood memories.
What is going? What are you doing? Stop this!
what are you doing?
I am not in there, but if I was your conscience, I'd slap you right there.
I'd take out his good childhood memories and I'm like, oh, this is mine now. I'm gonna remember this whenever I'm feeling sad. Thank you for this.
You were an awful
gosh.
person. You're an
I know,
awful
this is your
mind.
patron too.
I did not expect this. You were turning into your patron.
Memory sleep, yeah.
You're stealing your patron's memories.
You try and dig in to find some memories, but all you find is that he's doing it to you faster.
You digging
And then
me?
it's
I
me,
digging
right?
you.
Damn.
Counter.
Alright.
Counter. Alright. Dig deeper.
It's like, look, if you just wanted to chat and, feel me up, you could have just said something.
Whatever it's fucking tried to do, man. Alright, what are we talking about?
What are you hiding?
Hiding
Guys,
anything.
he obviously doesn't want to talk about it right now. He's very emotional with having to dig up his family, his dead family. Like, I just leave him alone. He's emotional. He's worn out.
He's emotional. He's grabbed my heart physically. Physically.
You pissed me off.
Yeah. Emotional. I'm on top of him right now, shaking him, and he's not doing shit.
He's drained.
Large
Just
dragon
said so.
that controls the power of chaos.
Yeah? And you're being a little twat.
And put me in my place. It's like I bop him on the head.
You're acting like a child all of a sudden. You acting like your age. That's quite accurate for a halfling, actually.
No, that's fair enough. But anyways, you're avoiding the subject.
By the way,
Stop it. You're avoiding.
am I?
Alright, let's dig deeper. Drakari, set him on fire.
I'm not setting
I'm just
the
waiting.
dragon that we need to beat the gods on fire.
You can't beat nothing in this state.
It's on the boat, and the boat is wood.
Exactly.
Seems
Fred-
like a bad idea.
Very bad idea to light a
Isn't
boat
he
on
fireproof
fire.
anyway, too?
It actually is, yes. Remember, I told you that we worked through a lot of that because of her.
Yes,
What?
your boat's on fire. Not a good idea.
No, our boat doesn't catch on fire. The other boat does. Our boat took a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, it did.
It seems like you should fix that.
Shut the hell up.
And here you are trying to manhandle me.
I can't manhandle anyone.
Really? You're bopping me like a bad dog.
So why are you letting me do this?
Because I don't care. I'm tired. Do you mind?
A little bit.
And you're all just gonna let this happen. You're just gonna let this little half-man manhandle me.
Oh my goodness. You act
More like you're letting it happen.
Thank you.
You can.
Yeah, I have the strength of a twig. There's no way I could actually pull him off of you.
Yes, I
Please, I've seen your mind. You can manhandle anything.
What are you talking about?
You know.
Russ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course I can manhandle anything. Well, maybe not anything, but anything.
She has been with a centaur before.
I have not.
I don't.
Yeah,
It was a stone man.
I thought. You had
There
that
was a
chance
stone
and you
man.
didn't? Really? Okay. Never mind.
So, what? Are we just gonna sit around and play Ride the Dragon? Or are you actually gonna try and be productive?
Oh my goodness.
Well, obviously you've been doing some forward expeditioning. Is there anything useful you can tell us if you're not going to tell us anything? Come on.
You need to be a little bit more specific, my boy. What exactly are you asking?
What are we going to expect down there?
Trials, tribulations, death, mayhem, subjugation. Maybe the calm nipple twisting at some point. I don't know.
You guys just want to keep on sailing this ship until we find new lands to sail?
I mean, that's your choice, but then you're doing this land to whatever it's going to come to.
I mean, yeah, we're settling new lands across the sea.
I could build a ship that travels the plains.
That's a bad idea.
I think that's a cool idea.
Try sending a flying ship through eternal ocean. Sounds like a bad
Can
idea.
fucking fly.
Just need to know where you're looking in the eternal ocean.
Pirates of the Plains. That doesn't have the same sort of ring to it.
I liked it though. It touched me.
Can we? What is going on?
I don't know. Hol'Goth is holding something back for some reason. I got Cece over here saying she can't see shit, so obviously something's happening. I don't know where Koto Toto is.
He's talking to Argonaught.
Speak of the devil.
He's making things useful.
Brother,
You look like shit. Gee, thanks for the obvious. Kaya managed to bring back half of the orcs.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Bring
Do they
back,
look like zombies?
Which half?
More like burnt tree.
Burnt what?
Tree.
Burnt tree. Okay.
You ever seen what You ever seen what happens when an orc's flesh is burnt?
No.
And it turns all crispy. Yeah, it's like a creaky door.
Top half?
Ugh.
Yeah, only half of them.
Like Hol'Goth.
There's a particular reason why you're riding him.
Because he's being a little bitch.
When he says that, I'm gonna slap.
Me?
Oh god. No.
You're a little bitch. What
Being
the
a
fuck?
Alright. Alright, you can.
Was that necessary?
I'll show you use
I
it.
wasn't doing anything.
You know what? Yes.
I just got back after a week of trials and tribulations, and you wish to beat me.
Trials and tribulations
My
of
ass.
digging in an earth.
Pixar didn't
I
happen.
remember you found the grave of your son, and you were quite beside yourself.
Yeah, because the ghost of my son came back and told me what happened and he killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty hardcore.
I'm sure you should understand if I actually had to find the body of my wife and child, and it took the skulls.
I've literally done the same thing with my dad's skull.
So
We
you-
are walking down the same path, my friend, and I'm asking you once again, why are you acting like this?
Why are you acting like you?
Literally for numerous reasons. Why you brought us together.
Shut the fuck up. His wife and child are dead.
How long ago did this happen?
Damn.
You have to remember that he only just remembered his history, like, how many weeks ago now?
Okay. And now he's the Chaos Dragon that's been manipulating us and controlling us and making us do certain things. And all of a sudden he's coming back.
He disappeared after he found all this shit out.
Oh, exactly. And now it's coming back and being like, oh, I'm powerless. I need you to help me.
Yep.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound like a ploy.
Well, obviously there's somebody in the room who he doesn't trust right now. So he's not gonna speak.
There's also somebody in this room who tried to kill himself like 4 different times for like 6 months before he accepted his fate. So why don't we give this guy a break who's only had like maybe 4 weeks to figure this out?
Koto has died way more than just 4 times.
I'm
Why are you
talking
bringing
about
me
him
into this
remembering
conversation?
His wife and child and having to go get them.
CD is perplexed. Kotok just doesn't care.
I don't know I don't get what she just said. Hold on. Say what did you just say? What did you just
Does
say?
good berries work on you?
I don't know. I haven't had to
Hey,
eat
eat this.
anything in some time.
Whatever, I'm resorting to punting. In 5, 4, 3.
I give you 5 good berries.
And I punt. I genuinely would like to kick him.
A little too
Me?
hot for me. But not bad.
Yes,
How do you
know,
feel?
Max.
Oh, go ahead and roll then.
Fine, I guess.
Okay, be one moment.
I haven't had food in God knows how long.
You look pale still.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
When was the last time you ate?
Never.
Was it back in at the pirates place?
No.
We're still on top of him, holding him down.
No, I got him off. Avaria's going to like come kick me now, but I see it coming. So she also doesn't realize that I still have a lot of my spells and my abilities left. So
Stupid. Ugly.
Fight.
Dummy.
Okay.
Okay,
no, I'm
wait,
just gonna
hold on,
pause
pause.
for a minute and be
Background,
like, "You're done."
Thanks.
What happened?
What are you doing, Ava?
I have to recreate my character sheet on D&D Beyond right now because my old D&D Beyond account got deleted.
What?
That's grand.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, give me a second because I also just moved, so I have no idea where to put my dice. It's only use an online set.
The word delete to delete.
Did you?
Anyway, to be punted at a later time.
Okay, I was gonna cast shield and then legit just freeze you in time.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways,
Durr.
Okay, hold on. the reason why I act like a child is because you've literally seen me go through the exact same emotions numerous times, and almost my whole family, plus my parents and everything else. This is the end game, Hol'Goth, and you're coming for us to ask for help in the last moment that we're going to the part where you're supposed to man up now. So yeah, I'm acting like a child because I'm upset about the situation.
Clearly.
Why are you here asking for help?
It's the same thing I've asked for before.
You need yourself whole?
I am whole. I'm just winded. I still need your help to bring down both of the gods. That hasn't changed.
Oh my gosh. Dragon Crystal?
What?
Dragon Crystal?
What?
Dragon Crystal?
I don't know what this means.
Giant Dragon Crystal.
Why are we taking him there?
Go through the portal on the
No.
ship. Go
No.
to the crystal room and go to sleep.
Why?
I'm good sitting.
Have a good night's rest.
I'm trying.
What are you again?
He's a crystal dragon.
No, but he is a dragon, right?
Mhm.
How are dragon crystals made?
The excess of draconic magic.
So in that room, what emanates from that?
That wouldn't help me.
But you being in that room, that would be more in a natural area for yourself?
It wouldn't help me. It's not my magic.
You're like the father of dragons.
I
really don't get your whole entire
Just leave him alone.
existence then.
give me both. I shouldn't even be here, but
He was technically created, so like
Yeah, and then all dragons spurge from him, so he should, any magical essence should just...
no.
I mean technically you did eat some dragons.
Multiple. I've seen you do it.
Oh,
And you did absorb their energy. So I have no idea why this wouldn't work. So once again, you're proving that you have lost your ancient dragon power.
we forgot about that.
I was like, I've seen you do this. I
You're right, and I did.
was like, I use that skull for things. Why do you think my ship flies?
Barbarism.
That too.
No, yeah, you're right. In the fit of my awakening, I forgot certain actions that I had did. Shut up.
I thought that was a fart at first. I'll be honest. Yeah, right? It's like
Exact.
a deep, like...
If you can find me, if you can actually find me dragons, I might be able to do the same thing. In regards to dragon shots, I don't find it appealing.
Well, I can't just find dragons all of a sudden.
Why not?
I mean we can give him the druids. I mean they turned into a dragon just fine.
Did we have them?
One of them
No.
didn't they?
Hey, turn into dragon.
No, we're not gonna feed him Audi.
Focusing
Oh my
as hard
God.
as pretty sure the
Don't you
craziest
agree?
thing I can change into is like a rat.
I'll say I'm not a fan of poultry.
I don't even think I can fly.
No, you can't.
And also, the druids wouldn't be real dragons. That wouldn't count.
Two levels of fruit.
But no, I am definitely going to rest. That is definitely my key point. I just want to meet my friends again.
Oh, we're friends now?
Yeah, when did that happen? You've persistently told us that we're not friends.
Have I?
Yes.
Yes! You've tried killing me multiple times and said I am your tool, and that's the only reason I'm alive. Who is this? Who is this? What happened?
I don't know.
He got his old memories back, so he's slightly a different person.
I don't... Where's the Chaos Dragon? CD, good luck. Have fun with your brother. You...
I've already given up.
And
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
understand what's going on.
Thanks. And I'm gonna fix the ship. And have a good day.
I'll go with you. CD follows you as you're gonna go back to the ship, fixing the ship.
If you're like handing the flask back, I'm gonna be like, keep it. You're gonna need it.
Kotak watches as the two of you leave.
Fuck is my suit?
Oh God.
What?
Okay. I can at least trust you with this.
Excuse me? And this is Kotok, right?
No, this is Hol'Goth.
Oh.
Kotok is
Gone.
just not even paying attention.
Okay.
Look, I'm powering the seal on this ship. Remember when I blew up that sky swimmer?
Mm-hmm.
I put the seal in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what do you think powers the seal?
Wait. Does that mean all the others have a dragon shard powering it as well?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know this?
It's immense magic.
Okay, then why don't we just take some shards of the dragon shard and power it?
I mean, it's an idea.
And we can leave it back there at Hammer, too.
See, that's why I thought, except when I brought it onto the ship, it fused into the ship.
Oh, that's great.
And what was powering it didn't work. So I've now been powering the seal on this ship, and it's now taking its toll on me.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I really don't trust anyone else right now.
Why?
Because
You trust me?
you are golden mine.
Treacle was the first
Yeah,
gun that I ever had.
Yeah.
From Ruby, right?
Yes. And honestly, I'd rather not. Let's just say that sometimes network is not exactly how I say it. Some people can pick up.
Okay. So I'm assuming you don't want me to spill my guts then?
I would much rather you not.
Okay, I can keep secrets.
So, I know I've probably agitated Nuxano.
I'm always agitated. It's kind of character content.
I just know that if I told him that, he'd probably lose his shit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll try and figure out some way of putting a dragon shard into the ship, which really wouldn't work.
Yeah, I really wouldn't. Considering what, probably make a monstrosity of the ship.
Leave my creations alone. I missed my ooze, damn it. Motherfucker, second campaign. Creating. You know what? I'm just purposely going to sleep around from now on just so I can have some sort of spawn in this world so I can play the next campaign, and he's going to find that damn ooze. Not a monstrosity. Child of love. Child of love.
It's a monstrosity.
Yes,
Would it be a good idea to just leave the ship with the shard then?
No.
No.
Because the ship then becomes a target.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, I am not at peak performance right now because I'm attempting to hold this seal together and active. So we need to move now. I just hope all of you are ready.
Ready for what? I mean, a few days before we actually go in would definitely help. I think we're all spent after that last fight. But, yeah.
I mean,
You just cat slept, licked me.
right. So, please keep this on the wraps. I'm definitely gonna
Pass out. Aw, he's so cute when he sleeps. As he's sleeping, I'm fucking with his hair.
He does not notice.
I'm just combing it out and making it look nice, that's all.
Okay. Back on topside, you're maintaining. You're working on the ship. CD comes to you, Nux.
Drinking, mending, and just
Did you find my brother a little odd?
yes.
Do you think we can trust him?
No,
He's wicked enough.
he's not. He despite whether he wants to admit it, I don't think he would be acting himself. There's no right person that would just be going from chaos dragon to depressed person because I found my family's skulls. Something happened and I don't necessarily believe it, and I do understand mourning and depression, but at the same time doesn't coincide with chaos dragon that should exist inside.
So you think he's fake?
I think something's fake right now. Once again, I couldn't make him bleed. But ancient draconic blood is.
I mean, you weren't exactly trying hard enough.
I mean, at the same time, if I really attacked Hol'Goth in front of everyone, how would that react?
We'd all be dead.
I mean,
What did you just say?
We'd all be dead.
Okay. I did not hear that. All I heard is a wee boy,
Yeah.
and I was just like, were you singing?
I heard
it?
we'd all be dead.
Yeah, that's all I was like, a wee boy. I was just like,
I'll be dead.
are you knocked out really bad right now? No, I thought you were like in a dream and just started singing, like
Yeah.
a wee boy. But
Nah, you'd have us flattened out so fast that we'd be using a special to scrape something out.
but he didn't even come close to that.
no, which begs the question.
How much can we get away with bullying
I don't-
him?
At this point, can I come up on deck?
I'm sitting like on the ledge.
Mhm.
Chill
That's
on
not
the
how
side,
that counts.
just drinking. Where's that cloud?
It's still billowing out.
No. Where's cloud? As in the head
Oh.
of Roctopus.
You said the cloud. I was like,
My bad. No, cloud.
What
As
cloud?
in. Oh yeah. I was like, I
he,
don't see
he
this over here.
you look around, you notice that he's up on the mast, just walking along one of the long beams.
That should do something for us.
What's going on over here?
Trying to figure out what's going on with my brother.
Oh, really?
He's a little off.
I mean, what isn't off about this entire situation?
A lot of things.
I mean, there's a lot. Exactly.
Do you know people behind the reins of this stuff that detect thoughts? Like, I'm not getting anywhere with it.
Well, yeah, because he's your patron.
Yeah, he controls you, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Didn't
Oh,
think
yeah.
of it that way. You're
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
Okay.
So yeah, I got nothing. Carry on.
Damn it, Alice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm useless in this situation.
Thank you.
He's just tired.
I mean, is
I'm tired.
Yeah. He's been alive for millennia.
No, he
Forgot half his life.
He was trapped for a lot longer.
I mean, is it a good idea if we have him around?
I just don't think the personality 180 shift is necessarily good, right, wrong, without an explanation.
I'm pretty sure he has a good reason.
What is this good reason?
I don't know.
See? So has something else happened? Did he talk to someone? All of a sudden he came back and was just like, I want mommy and daddy dead. I guess daddy.
It's
Daddy
daddy dead.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, considering that daddy murdered his wife and daughter, that would make sense.
Yeah, but I wasn't. He wants more than daddy now.
What
What
are
do
you
you mean?
talking about?
He came back and his first words is all gods.
I'm pretty sure it's just more and
He said all.
And what's his stupid name? Bannon.
All gods, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it started being like, what is going on? Because
Well, I asked him specifically. Do you mean like? What do you mean? He's like both gods. I'm like, okay, so Bannon and more. That's what he wants. Dead.
It didn't seem that way when you came in.
Wait,
What are you talking about?
he said all gods. He was pretty specific.
Well, the gods that he knows of, right? Which would be Bannon and more.
That was loud.
Yeah, those fucks upstairs.
They're so
They're
fucking
loud.
loud.
He's a big turd.
It's like a fucking baby just swan died on the floor.
Fun picture.
Right? It's a great picture image.
The hilarious bit is the fact that one of their packages made it into our mailbox. And I'm like, man, now I feel like, now that I know it's your package, I kind of wish I would have taken that.
There's a movie with it's called Diggy something Childhood Star, but he goes to do a swan dive, but it's on a slip and slide, but it doesn't have water, and they're like, Diggy, it needs water. And he just, oh, I laughed so hard. And he's like, oh, I just saw that like 2 days ago, and he's saying like a kid swan diving just made me imagine that. Oh, fucking titties.
Gone.
Yep, just nipples.
Full sandpaper.
So I mean,
But
he's. So where do we stand with him then? If he's not in the right mind anymore, and he wants all gods gone, that's not a good thing.
He is in his right mind. He's just tired, you guys. Leave him alone.
Why are you defending him so much?
Why are you?
Because he's tired? I'd be in the same boat as him. Now, granted, I have some of his blood in me, so like,
you have
I
been
don't
in the
know.
same boat as him.
what?
You have been in the same boat, if not worse.
What? What do you mean?
You and your family situation.
Oh yeah,
You.
my whole family's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. You've been in a worse situation.
Not just immediate family, like
You
generations
didn't.
worth.
Yeah, and you didn't. You didn't do a 180 on your personality all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, that's because I remember everything.
Just don't. One of these things is not like the other.
Okay, so let's say half of your life was just taken away from you and you didn't remember that half, right? And then all of a sudden you now remember said half and you were a different person in said half of your life. Wouldn't you like change somewhat?
Not really. Honestly.
I don't feel like I'd change on a dime.
He didn't change on a dime. It may not have seemed like it was so, like, it's been a while to us because he just came back to the ship, but he's been gone for like what, a month about now?
He was gone for a week.
No, he's been gone longer than that.
No, he was just at
No,
the
like
meeting.
he pieced out after.
He was just at the meeting.
I know, because we called him back.
And that's what I'm saying. He wasn't like this literally less than a week ago.
All he said was that he wanted the gods gone as well then too.
And that's a bad idea. Like gods, there's no structure. Sure, there's two gods, but the fact we found out that there's more beyond that.
Well, you know, religion and stuff like that is really utterly pointless and stupid. But, and I don't really trust gods. They're always out for the best of themselves and whatnot, but
Isn't that just like any other living thing?
gods are worse.
It's like saying a wolf is worse because a wolf is trying to survive. What do the gods live off of?
Well, the gods aren't trying to survive. The gods are like living off
Devotion?
of our worship and shit.
Yeah, gods live off devotion.
Yeah. Which I think is stupid.
Is it though?
Yes.
Because people are the same.
What?
From what I've seen through my years, your races are no different. You desire adoration. You desire people to look up to you.
Okay.
How's that any different than a god?
It's not.
I mean,
In fact, I use Noxino as an example. Imagine you put him on the throne, make him king. People love him.
I don't think people will love him. Sorry, Nuts, but you're an asshole.
That's fair. It could be nice though. People love him.
Well, how about Varia? She wishes everyone to be on her boot. As far as I'm sure, based on attitude and choice of words.
I mean, Ava would be a dictator. I don't think anybody would love that.
Depends on who you ask.
But is anyone actually under Ava's boot?
I don't know. She forces people.
That-
Like she tried to force you to shut up by force.
Yeah, but that's also just because she doesn't have control.
Is that any different then?
I mean,
You guys have never even
She has self-control, but she has self-control. She has self-control, but she doesn't have self-control.
what did
She's
you just
learning.
say?
What was that, Ava?
It said you haven't really seen me interact with people outside of our little group or outside of like fighting.
We've been living with you for the past like almost two years.
Social circles or anything. Why don't you try to look up my reputation that I had for the past, I don't know, 28 years as a noble woman?
I didn't think that was a good thing. I thought that's why you left.
No, I left because I didn't want to get married. And because I wanted to find my brother.
But noble women like get married off. Like that's the point of being a noble woman.
She's not a noble woman.
No, so...
I don't understand what she's saying right now.
Yeah.
No, like I said... Well, first of all, pause. I was never supposed to be married off. That was never gonna happen. But then when Ryber disappeared and I became like the first child and like the head of the family, it then became the responsibility of me to get married. Does that make sense? Because I would have taken over the family. But more importantly than that, I knew my brother was alive and I wanted to find him, and my family was being chaotic as fuck. So I left for that reason. Side note. Other side note, I had a fabulous reputation. Period.
I'm pretty sure you had the fabulous reputation among the noble people. I don't think under people loved you all that
No,
much.
yes.
I can confirm that the soldiers liked her.
Let me guess, that's guys.
Yes.
Well, of course the soldiers liked her. She's gorgeous. Look at her.
She also kicked the ass of several lieutenants.
I can see why. She's strong. Look at her.
So if it came down to it, I put my gold on Ava.
What? To be a ruler?
Yeah.
No.
Rule. Look, sometimes from what I've seen, it's always a good idea to have power in a seat, and especially one that already has respect. If you just toss a random, I don't know, noble person into a seat of power that they don't deserve or don't have, connections for, it wouldn't work because no one knows who that king is. People,
Are you awake now?
at least people in Cathedral know who the
Why the
Astors
fuck did
are.
you two wake up at the same time? The fuck?
That was so funny. In sync.
They knew.
Right?
We're psychically bound.
So if yeah, I'm sorry, I came to the wrong end of that conversation. Let's put it this way: I can at least tell you that Ava has the respect of people.
Mm-hmm.
What?
But
feel
I
like there's an
practically
important
open
thing.
to my friends because I can, and that comes separate from any duties. Period.
I've never seen you be nice and kind when it comes to your duties.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said I have never seen you be nice and kind when it comes to your duties.
When have you ever seen me do my duties?
Exactly.
I mean, Ava,
I
are you
literally
saying
don't
you?
have any right now. You get that, right?
Well, technically, your duty was to get married and rule the family, and you're not doing that. So,
Because my brother is alive, and I'm not the firstborn child, so I went to go find him. Because,
Okay.
You know,
So you,
but now we found your brother. Your brother is now here on the same plane, and you're still not doing your duty.
I'm on my way to go fix my family. You understand that the next destination is Cathedral City, in which I will be going up against the people who are currently the biggest issue, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we had Dracaria do the same thing. And I mean,
Technically, I killed my mom.
yeah, poor Dracaria had to kill her mom. So Ava, like, your duty is now asking, can you kill your own family if it comes to it?
I don't think that's ever been a question.
Oh, really?
She's always answered yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She has no qualms with killing her father.
Her father, yes.
So you guys, from day one, it doesn't matter how close you are to me, if you bring greater harm to the people, yeah, you are a problem. And I mean, I'll get rid of you.
Okay,
Obviously,
cool.
I would love to not kill them, and I'm gonna see if there's a way to avoid that first. But, you know, I'm not gonna hesitate.
But to answer the big old question, yes, gods need to go away.
Gods do need to go away. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
I definitely don't agree with that. I
That's
think you
not a
guys
good
are just,
idea.
yeah.
I don't necessarily like gods need to go away.
Maybe not all the rest of the gods, but at least Bannon and Moore definitely need to go away. They've had too long of a hissy fit.
Yes. Like authoritative gods, we do not need.
I mean, that's all gods, but, like...
Authoritative? Do you just have a daddy problem, Ava?
She probably
I
does.
don't. That's kind of fucking rude.
You said you don't?
I'm pretty
No.
sure she does. But anyways.
You just said you were gonna kill your father, didn't you?
Yeah, do you think he's very nice right now to people? No. Do I also think he could potentially be possessed? Yeah.
I don't know. Just,
Anyways. But yeah, to answer the question, gods need to go away.
Then what does that leave for everyone else?
What do you mean?
So, sure. The two gods are having a hissy fit, as you put.
Yeah, they're having a hissy fit. They've been having a hissy fit.
What does that mean for... And then we remove them. What does that mean for the people that truly believe in their faith?
They can still have their faith if they want it, but, like, there's not going to be anything behind it.
that's dangerous. That will grow something.
That grows discontent and
If
rebellion.
If not, that could
That literally creates chaos.
that or it could create some other sort of god in its wake.
Plus, it opens up the doorway to anything else that can that can step in.
At least from what I learned of the planes, is each plane has one specific ruler. I have found that this plane has two.
So, what do we do then? Do we actually try and kill
Yes.
Bannon and Moore, or do we just seal them away again? What's the better option?
I'm pretty sure Moore wants to die.
Well, Ava, you're the one that has a connection with him. Why don't you ask?
Well, CD, you have a connection with them, too.
No, I don't.
Not anymore. We said we did.
The last conversation I had with him was when he went away.
We want to devout follower.
I am. And I'm adhered to his plan
Which is...
to remove both of them.
Okay. Why are you talking about keeping them?
Because you can't kill a god. The backlash of power is immense.
Well-
What if we don't kill them?
Exactly. We do exactly what the plan was. To seal them away in the celestial realm again.
We clearly know that that's not going to work,
Are you sure? We're almost there.
considering that the seals broke and we had to fix them. Yeah.
Yes, it's not a perfect solution, but it's a solution.
Yeah.
I don't have any more answers.
I don't have any more answers either.
I'm
But
gonna
I really.
with more real quick.
Goodbye.
Have fun.
Well, I'm sure I'll be back. And Josh, I have a question.
Yes.
Was there like a city underneath us when we were fighting those dragons earlier?
No, you were just outside of the heat pass. You were over pretty much flatland.
Okay, cool. So like nobody saw the dragons or whatever.
No.
Okay. Well, besides that, now I'm gonna go see if I can go chat some more. Should I roll for that?
Make a charisma check with advantage. You have AK as your weapon, and he has a stronger bond.
Okay. With advantage, my favorite. Roll. And then roll again.
Getting some deep conversations in this game.
Yay! It is an 18, sir.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm always a frustrated old man, so.
Can't wait for your campaign.
You summon AK into your hands, and you begin to focus into him and the bond that you have with Moore. There is a tether that you can feel through AK. Your mind fades away into what you would think would be darkness, but it's more so like clouds with a soft golden, almost like a sunrise. That's awfully poetic. Bless you.
Bless you.
Good job.
You have been blessed. You have a D4 for the rest of the remainder of the hour.
Who's holding concentration?
In this open area, graced with light, you feel a hand holding yours as you look and you see a tall angelic figure draped in a golden toga with pearlescent white skin. Oh. So this is what you look like. Nice to actually meet.
Saying that. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's nice to actually meet you face to face.
You said he held my hand?
He is currently holding your hand.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay.
But he's also like a foot and a half taller than you.
That's pretty cool. Okay. I grip his hand back, like a good little soft squeeze, and I look up. Oh, it's been a long time since I've actually had to look up at someone.
Yeah, well, I'm normally just an orb of light or a weapon, so it's a little difficult right now. It's different. I enjoy having my legs.
Well, they look good on you. You wear them well. More.
Oh, I'm not more. Oh no. I'm AK. That's what you're calling me. I'm helping.
What is your name actually?
You forgot? I told you.
Hey.
Well, I told your friend Nux, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, don't look at me, man.
Anyway, we'll forget the name. You know who I am. You know what I am. Let's see if we can try and find our father.
Our father?
Yes, he created us.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
from the clay.
Alright, let's go. I link my arm with his, still holding his hand.
For what feels like an hour, you wander this open space. The fog bank covers your feet, and you're not able to see anything beneath you. You eventually spot something in the clouds. It looks like an old man. Hunched over, bald head, and yet his clothes almost seem divine by design. You walk up to him, and he sees your presence. He turns, and you notice he doesn't have a face. And yet a voice resounds in the space surrounding him. So the bond is strengthened between you two, as expected.
Mm-hmm.
It is nice to see you again, my children. We must make this fast. My brother is watching. What do you need?
I think the question is, what do you need? I just want to grab some clarity. You know, we are coming to a discussion, to a point with me and my companions of figuring out if locking you both up, killing you both, what is on the table? What do you want? I don't know, I feel like you feel maybe that it's time for you to step down as well?
Sealing me and my brother away is the best outcome. The power vacuum created by the death of a god can alter the very reality of specific beings.
Are we okay with being sealed as well?
That was my plan initially. I simply wished for my children to live of their own free will and volition. That was my cause. That is my ruling. I wish my children to live as they want.
But if we killed a god, could their power not be transferred?
See? The power of a god is an eternal thing. It is never destroyed. It simply moves. If one were to attain the power of a god, it is something that I would much rather not think about. So as to prevent any upheaval, sealing us away is the best option. For if we were to die, that opens pathways for other beings, ones that desire our power. As creators, yes.
Could you not pre-select someone to take over that power before you die?
No. I would much rather not do that. Deciding one individual to be graced with either of our power is a monumental task. Putting the very concept... Yes.
What about 5 people? I seem to have a few in mind.
Fragmenting power is of the same notion. As you fragment a being, that being becomes separate individuals, each with their own desires, each with their own personality. Even a fragment of a god poses extreme danger.
How do you suggest we seal you both in a way that won't lead to being healed again?
Continue on your current path. Repair the seals. When they were first constructed, they were incomplete. As if they are incomplete, the seal is also incomplete. As you have reactivated and repaired the realm seals, their power has reignited themselves, quintupling the power of the seal itself. I would suggest, as I said, continue your mission. Let nothing stand in your way.
Thank you, Warren. I will make sure nothing stands in the way, and you will be sealed, hence, shortly, very shortly.
Good luck, my child. The fog begins to billow up like rising water until it slowly engulfs you as your vision comes back to your body on the deck of the ship.
Well, I'll put AK in my lab. I don't keep us in your human form, or whatever form that was. You should attempt that more.
He's AK responds in your mind. Well, I would if I could. If I wasn't, not supposed to be here.
Right, well, let's go deliver the news to the others.
That's on you. I can't talk to them.
Oh, that's right. Well, I will. You're coming along for the ride.
Can we have a conversation while she did a little prayer meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What's the conversation?
Hey, CD.
Hmm.
How long has Kotak been around?
I think about as long as me.
So he's seen just as much as you?
Seeing is a difficult term. He's been around. I was kind of put away for a good long while.
Mm.
I saw through things he experienced.
That's fair. And that's experience means a lot, right? I would say, experiencing things is...
It's the point of living, I guess.
So,
What are you getting at?
How do we all feel if we make Kotak the god?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
He was about to create a zombie army.
Because he was going to make peace to the world in the only power that he has. What if we gave him the power of a god?
His viewpoint is to make everything the same. And if everybody's a zombie, well, then there's no turmoil.
But
that's what his viewpoint was.
But his viewpoint was to make peace.
Well, you can't have peace with living beings like us.
I mean, he's the one that's experienced most like anyone else.
Yeah, and he's probably come to the same conclusion.
I don't know.
Each
I'm
and
just
every
saying we
time.
gotta fill that spot with something.
Fill what spot?
What do you mean what spot? You don't think anyone... You think if we take away the two gods from this plane, nothing's gonna pop back in? If you were a king or queen, wouldn't someone else want to take your spot?
Yeah, but
So
I'm
what-
not.
So when we take away that, you think anything else from another plane is not gonna go, oh, look!
He has a point.
So why not put the most experienced person that has lived through more lives than any one of us here to protect the thing that he's been on the most?
You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely not.
I don't know. I don't have a better one. None of us would be a good pick.
Why not Gaius?
So many more reasons.
Why?
Actually, Gaius would actually not be that bad of an idea. Actually, scratch that. I was thinking about a different person. Never mind.
Not good. Yeah.
Who do you have in mind?
Nihilus.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Once again.
Well,
any
he's
of
just
us
looking
is
for
not-
knowledge.
And that's, yeah, welcome to the new god of knowledge. I'm good. Once again, I'm going to vote to make Kotak the god of life and death now. That's my vote for that.
Yeah, I don't really know.
How do you think he feels about that idea?
I don't know, but I'm guessing once I gave him the power, he can make his own decisions at that point.
Yeah, and kill everybody.
Sometimes you need a good reset.
Then I should have just let the Phoenix loose.
Slightly was agreeing with you back then.
I heard you, Ava. So I'll let you know.
Thanks.
I did agree with you back then.
What?
Sometimes things need to reset.
Well, yeah, but as a last resort.
It's not our call to make sometimes.
What are you talking about?
I mean, isn't it, though? Is it?
Should I have call over Karia's future in life?
It's an idea of freedom. We should
And why not give the most freedom to the person that has been stuck in the longest jail?
He doesn't. Kotak doesn't exactly have the best outlook. I mean, you made the point. He only wished to bring about universal peace by creating a singular race of undead. That doesn't leave a lot of choice for anyone that doesn't want to be.
Does he have any other?
Let him climb down your shoulder,
Power?
babe. He's about to jump on a table.
Does he have any other power than
Stop
than
pointing
death?
at him. There you go.
Like, I can only do so much what I'm given too. You know, we can only work with what we got.
I mean, Nux, you say, let's think of it this way. Why don't we, once all this is done with Bannon and more, you contact your god, the one who you say comes from a different plane. Why not give him the power then?
He's already in that plane and has the power.
And he knows exactly what to do with it. Why not give it to him then?
He already has another agent here doing something that I didn't go with. And you're giving another being that rules a plane now dominion over two planes? That's just asking for a bigger, higher up reward.
Maybe it'd be the same thing if you ask anyone here to try and take that mantle.
That's what I'm not asking anyone here. Kotak's not from here as far as we know.
Where's he from?
Kotak's never talked about his beginning. He's just always talked about he's been a cycle.
So again, is it really a good idea to give him godhood.
At this point, CD, we're traveling with someone that digs into people's minds without their opinions. Someone that has set multiple things on fire and is known as an arsonist.
I'm not known as an arsonist.
We have me, that is
A monster creator.
exactly, and I'm a spiteful old man that hates everything. We got a captain of a ship that's consistently drunk. And not to mention the two lovebirds over here.
So, then what do you? I'm a little bit lost, Nux. What are you suggesting then?
Suggesting Kotak to fill the void of power.
And I'm asking, is that such a good idea?
Asking if you have a better one. Because leaving it empty or just killing him and saying cool or just...
I mean, to be fair, why not give it to me then?
Wait, why do you want it?
So many reasons.
So there's more reasons to give it to the one that wishes to die and therefore curse him to live forever than give it to the one who wishes peace amongst everyone. And actually, it loves all the races.
CD, as much as I do respect you at the same time,
I don't trust you.
power is given to those that do not seek it anymore. Kotak wants the death and peace, and if he really wanted to, he'd make the world peace and then disappear forever. Because he wants that eternal peace himself. Kotak has been with us on the battlefield. We have killed Kotak. We have set you free. And all you have done has been able to unsee your own future and still growing. You're just as much a part of us as a part of this group, but Kotak is... He's been against us, he's led us, he's been a part of us, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like Kotak is the best choice, but I just do. Don't bite me. Bad kitty. Don't do that. Don't do that, bad kitty. Finger in mouth.
You want to keep biting me? Keep biting me, I'll keep doing that.
I bite. Look at my eyes. Look at those eyes.
Yes, see, you definitely don't deserve it.
Okay, that seems like a very unfair decision.
Well, considering you've had your hand in the manipulation of my family history, you don't deserve it.
For the greater good of everyone else. Yes.
Ew.
Was it a good? Is it a nice decision? No, I've never said it was, but it was a necessary course of action. So then, do you deserve that kind of power?
Oh, absolutely not. And I don't want it anyways. Godhood is stupid. Although I do want to become a phoenix. That would be awesome. I technically am. Because I did die and I came back.
Could the Phoenix survive in, like, outer planes?
Probably not.
Given godhood, probably.
Oh, given Godhood, yeah, anyone could survive that. You could probably survive in the material plane of fire, though.
Oh yeah, definitely in the fire plane. For sure.
You could probably just go hog wild there. Just like,
Oh.
anyways, where's Kotak?
I don't know, somewhere.
I'm right here.
Where the hell is Ava?
Alvaria, by this point, you are back in the real world.
Great. I walk back to them.
I'm like mentally connecting. Ava, where the hell did you go? Hello? Hello?
She
Oh my
comes
god,
walking
it's so
back.
loud. Get out of my head. I'm on my way to you.
I love how you're so nonchalant about it.
About what?
Just don't have the energy for this.
Kotak's just been sitting there listening. Oh.
Anyway, I
Oh.
slam open the door.
We're outside.
Where y'all are at?
She went and got a private room. Went to her room.
Came up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Slammed up the bottom stair gate.
Why? Why slam that door?
Yellow, I'm back. I talked more. No killing.
No killing.
Just stealing.
Okay, then he needs to have a guaranteed way of them not coming back.
What? Well, Moore just wants to be sealed?
I
Can
really
he
can't
guarantee
think.
that his brother will not try to make his way back? Like,
Look, from my understanding, when I spoke to Moore, if we kill them, their power will be left behind. I understand that you think we could pick people. It just puts us in the same position as before, and not just that. Other gods and other creatures from other planes are going to feel that surge of power as soon as they're dead, and we're going to become a target for those people seeking power. We're putting ourselves in just another shitty fucking loop of a power struggle. I think sealing them is a really good course of action. I understand there's the fear that they could be unsealed again in the future. And we can certainly look into maybe, figuring out a way that, I'm not sure, maybe, if we do it in secrecy, then, the secret dies with us. And nobody will know where we sealed them. I'm not sure, but I just think killing them is going to be more of an issue than sealing them.
wow, that sounded very smart. I actually agree with you.
I don't.
What?
Maybe it's because you guys maybe just lived in one time period, but it'd be really nice to not sweep problems under the rug for another generation.
Oh, no, that's why I said that he needs to have a guaranteed way of them not coming back.
That's what I was saying as well.
Out of game, because I know we found out that Bannon and Moore are two separations of one being.
Mhm.
Did we all learn that, or was that just one person who learned that?
It was
Alex knows that.
it was a gradual learning of information, as through bits and pieces of history and lore, you found that they used to be one being, but they split in order to try and create a balanced world. They used to be one being.
But then the god decided to split itself, basically.
Mm-hmm. As for why, you haven't come across that information.
Why don't we just put them back together? And then seal them away.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Why do we want to seal things away? How many different planar incursions have we been having? And that's just because of chance? We've had a power vacuum and we've been feeling it this entire time.
Well, what? Everybody says we can't kill them, so can't kill them. But if we seal them away, that keeps them out of our hands.
Why are we against killing them now when we've been on the board of killing them this entire time? Now that Moore said, no, don't kill me, now we're like, oh no, we're gonna do what you say?
No.
I think maybe you're missing a ginormous point here. Do you need me to go over this again with you? Because I can. You know what? I will. If we kill the gods, huge power imbalance, people, creatures from other planes, other worlds are coming
Other
here to
gods.
seek that.
Wouldn't
So,
want
like-
that.
Give that power to somebody else, you are going to cause the same exact issue that we had with these gods. Are you not seeing that you're only continuing the cycle here?
So the planes opening up and other creatures and other demon things like Asmodeus is just natural to the world then?
I mean, as far as I understand, Asmodeus wants to just see through other things' eyes because he can't actually be on this plane. He would destroy it.
I don't.
Dude, and if we kill the gods, their power is there for the taking because that's what will happen. These people from other planes, like Asmodeus, are going to be coming after that power, and it's going to wreak way more havoc into this world. And not every person on this planet is like us. In fact, most people in our world actually can't even defend themselves. So I'd rather not invite something like that
I would
into
love to
this.
kill the gods.
Into
But if we
our.
kill the gods, we'd have to kill
We're not Earth.
everybody.
We are. Does our planet have a name?
Falsea, yes.
Okay, Falsea.
So once again, the plan is just sweep the problem under the rug and hope nothing else comes to our dimension to take it over, because nothing's powerful enough to also save it.
Do you have a better option?
He wants to put Kotok in charge.
We need a god of this plane. I don't know how else you guys are not realizing that.
No, we're understanding this. We're asking you how.
Your guys are telling me to seal away a god then. I'm telling you what the plane needs, and you're going against all. You're saying you agree with me, but then you're giving me every suggestion that's not that.
'Cause
Seal
I'm
them
not
away,
hearing a
combining
different-
into the same one, seal them away, kill them, and leave the power. I'm saying someone needs to take that power. Someone needs to be the god of this plane.
And I'm asking you who.
I gave that suggestion.
Kotok.
All of you
Kotok.
guys need to,
And he has yet to say anything.
because we're all bickering about.
Unstable. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anyone quite fit to be a god.
Literally the point of it.
So you're suggesting someone broken be God?
Yes.
An unstable motherfucker who literally tried to kill everyone on the planet because he thinks that's a better world.
Kotok for the first time speaks up. Yeah, that's not me.
Thank you. Would you like to actually speak? No.
I mean, you've been speaking for me.
Go ahead.
I am not worthy of godhood. I'm not.
Thank you.
I don't want to be God simply for the fact of I don't want to be here.
And has anyone else read up in the past, 500 years of history, like I have? Does anyone understand that, King Hoods and the best kings are the gentlemen, exactly what Kotok said?
I mean, if you want to mention anything of broken, your friend Gaius is definitely the best suited.
Well, he needs to be fixed first, and we don't have
Exactly, he is broken.
we don't have the time for that.
You have all the time in the world when you solve the problem. Stop the church, and then you have all the time in the world.
Okay.
I don't want godhood. It's not a good idea. I'm not broken. I'm tired.
So,
Not a good idea.
I want to leave you guys all with this just thought and remembrance. There are multiple gods of multiple planes.
Mm-hmm.
If there's not one here, something will happen at some point.
No, didn't you hear them? They're cut off. They're not even able to aid us. We're in our own little bubble. So that means that in some other universes, my head just got big and it feels weird. But that means that there are other gods there, and these two gods were like, no, you guys can only worship us and not give us the choice. So gods need to disappear.
I feel like we're falling into a bit of a conundrum.
We are in a bit of conundrum. They just need to go away.
You guys are just unbelievable.
I'm gonna stand by my answer, and they need to go away. Now, whether that's being permanently locked up or dead, either one works. But they need to go away.
And then what's going to fill its place?
Statues. statue.
Sure.
I mean, they can worship a statue.
So what's gonna fill its place?
Next, we will give the people knowledge. Okay, that is a gift we can impart into Valsea. The knowledge that there are other gods besides Bannon and more. The knowledge of the history 500 years ago that is seemingly unwritten.
You mean like the thing that I've been doing this whole entire time that's been causing a ruckus and riots within cities?
No.
And we can also give them the knowledge that there are other gods out there, and then in there will form freedom of religion. You know, whether people choose to believe in a god or not is entirely up to them.
And
My
don't
only
people
fear
already
is-
fight like over, Bannon and over one god? So now we want to open it up so people can fight over a ton of them?
Maybe it's the idea of choice,
It's choice.
which is
It's
exactly
choice,
what
it's
Mo,
freedom.
which exactly as Mo has always wanted.
So once again, I'm going to ask you guys, who's going to choose to fill that slot?
What do you mean
I mean,
you would
don't you
choose to
think
fill that
it would
spot?
be more of a dictatorship? I mean, to do that, to force...
I mean, it has been,
person
considering
who's
that
got
all we've
the
known is
role.
Bannon.
So,
Which begs the question then, why not let Bannon escape then, if you wish to have one god be present?
because he's not one, he's half of one.
He is half of one. But he's half of one that's bent on destroying us and starting all over again.
There it is.
So you want Bannon to escape, to then
I want
and destroy.
both pieces to be whole.
If Brandon escapes, he'll do this to somebody else. At the very least, if we seal him here, we can trust in the fact that he will be sealed for some time. I mean, hopefully we'd love it to be forever, but maybe we can create some sort of contingency plan
Have
so
you
that future generations will be prepared if they were ever to get out. Or
So you've
plan in which they will be sealed forever. Regardless, I think we need to just take off the table someone becoming God.
So Avaria, hold on, time out.
No,
You've been with us through this entire adventure, right? And you haven't noticed that my daughter, through hundreds of years of preparation, tried to do this sealing and is falling apart. And now you want to do it in the span of a couple weeks?
Well, we only have one more seal to go.
That took hundreds of years to seal one god.
Wait, didn't it seal both of them?
They've sealed off the entire celestial realm.
Sealed off the entire celestial realm.
And there's other realms, right?
That have yet to step in.
That's a big word right there.
What?
It's 3 letters. Yet.
So isn't that what we want? We want the realm, the seals to be active so that they don't step in.
Oh my goodness. Are we okay? You know what?
From what we're understanding, Nux, you want
No.
Bannon to win.
Whether I want CD, you are just.
You understand that I'm against Bannon being released.
Yeah.
You understand this.
And I'm telling you, I want both of them dead so one godhood exists. Whether that's a good or bad god, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Because the world's gonna be in a cycle. Someone's going to step in as a godhood. Someone's going to rule the material plane, whether it's 1 or 2 people or 5 people. It will be something. Congratulations, that's what existence is. It's a cycle of death and release and repeat. And the one person that's been through it most of all, that's why I chose. But nonetheless, every plane has a god. We had a god that was split into 2, and then all of a sudden a bunch of chaos started happening. So, and while these gods have been gone, other material planes have been opening, have been messing with us, that we've been trying to close our entire trip here while still trying to seal the celestial realm off. So once again, without a big guy in charge, whether that I like him or not, we need something that is going to be in charge, rule it, and hopefully keep everything else out.
rather than a god, why can't we put the power into the people?
I don't I don't get how that happens.
No, she has a point. Literally.
So let's.
We give everyone fragments of godhood. Instead of How have I not seen this before? The church is on the right idea.
So now the church is right.
And you're right. Think of it this way. What if we actually do fuse Bannon and more together, create that unified God, and that God then gives its power to the entirety of the continent using Kotok's idea to make everyone the same but not undead. Everyone becomes graced. Everyone becomes empowered to make their own decision, but has the statute to be able to do so. Instead of condensing it into just a few people, everyone gets it. The power is then evenly distributed amongst everyone. And then Moore gets his desire of everyone's free to choose, but then there's no God to actually control everything. But then your desire comes through, and that there is. He just lives in everyone.
How would he protect everything if something came?
I feel violated by that idea.
You got a little guy.
Let me give you a little me.
You have a little God in you.
I think maybe it's the best suggestion that we have,
Just
though.
once again.
Best option.
The problem is how do we force the God to give up his power to every person on the planet?
Put it in the right person.
Hmm?
Put it in the right person.
Sounds like you got. Sorry, I stuttered. I am sorry. My mouth just went, whoa. No, we actually do need to go to Cathedral, but we're not going to fight. We're going to talk.
I don't think we're gonna talk in these guys' stuff. I think these guys need to be murdered by Cathedral.
I don't. I don't think this is a good idea. But all of my ideas of creating monsters anyway, so.
Not to step on your nuts, Nux. Giving all that power to one being is generally creating another monster. And as you said, you're creating monsters. I know you don't like it. I don't know how I didn't even think of it before. I don't know how I didn't see it before. It's lost in the tapestries.
What tapestries?
The tapestries of time. I see time. This is the best course of action.
Whatever.
And Kodak even said he's not a good idea for godhood. So then, look, no, I know you want balance, and everyone does.
No, that's the thing. That you need to understand that there's not ever going to be a balance. For being someone that has been connected to the plane of order, there will never be balance here. Whether you want it or not, there's not going to be a happy ending. There's not going to be some savior. There's not going to be anything. You know why? Because it's a story of ups and downs.
Yes.
We're just trying to bring it to a high point right now. But at some point, it's just going to go back low.
He's like, sorry, dude, I'm in the middle of playing
yeah.
myself.
Take care of this.
And you're looking why? Would you like to watch? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kitty kitty meow meow. And kitty flap.
He is such a nonchalant cat.
There you go. Relax. It's okay. A lot of movement, but it's okay. Relax. You are just feeling bad.
Yeah, I'm the smartest one here, and this is hurting my brain. So I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I think we'll. Yes, actually, I think we're a little worn out. Probably still a little heated. We'll sit on this. There's a very long pause.
I'm still drinking.
I feel you.
Yeah. I haven't put down that mug you gave me. And for me being a small stature, it takes me a little while.
But the day continues on. You go back to what you were doing before, of repairing both of the ships, doing triage where you can. Day turns to night. Albeit in your current position, there is no real nighttime. There's this constant glow coming from the southeast and the direction of Cathedral, giving this bizarre dawn dusk twilight light that fills in the sky. Excuse you. You rest up for the night. Dawn comes. I need everyone to make a Constitution check, please.
No.
Con save or
No.
Check. Constitution check.
I tell you no. How does a 30 feel? Oh, check?
Check.
23.
You're fine.
18.
15.
Fine.
5.
Ooh.
Someone's
boy.
got to fail this.
Someone's got to lose.
Yeah.
What was yours, Avaria?
07, brother.
18? Alright.
It's Juan. It's Juan. There can only be Juan.
Nihilus,
There must be.
you don't need to sleep. There's no need for it.
I'm also immune to sleep effects too,
Mm-hmm.
as an elf would be. Yeah.
Don't you?
It's just like an elf. It's
Yeah.
not an elf.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Elves still need to sleep though, or trance or whatever.
They need to.
do. Yeah.
They meditate.
Yeah.
But you have no need to.
Losers.
You have no need to sleep.
Yeah.
You just read your book.
Better than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Losers.
Exactly.
You've gone through this enough. You understand that there's no need for sleep. You just rest and
Who meditates?
you're fine.
Yeah.
Something in the air is really starting to get to you. You feel fatigued.
Compelling me to sleep.
No,
Oh.
you're just tired now.
Just
Winded. You're sore. More sore than even after you've gone through combat. It feels like something is draining you.
Like I did all of those leagues of distance of travel on foot instead of by airship. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
You're currently suffering from one level of exhaustion.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's 2 like fun.
2 is worse.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like 30% left.
Aside from that, everything's fine.
I'm gonna let everybody else know, and I'm going to take it easy.
What do you tell us?
I'm like,
That you're sleepy?
I'm like not feeling well, man.
He is. Yeah, Nihilus, it has suffered 1 level of exhaustion.
He got COVID-19.
It's like how I feel like Permanently, yeah.
That was so fucking funny. Very nice.
What'd you do, man?
Well, I don't know.
I
Okay,
don't know.
nice.
I have conditions.
Well, now let's come over here.
I have exhaustion.
You listen to what exhaustion does.
There are levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, I think
Let me-
first
let me-
level.
First
you
level is
just
at disadvantage
fail.
on everything.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Is disadvantage.
Yeah, first level of exhaustion is disadvantage on all throws. In the meantime, Avaria, along with Gaius and Varen, you're feeling very, very, very chipper. You actually come to notice that your wings that you've had in your celestial forms are now solid. Your halo's still a little intangible, but your wings are present. You feel like you can actually fly.
Oh,
I definitely attempt.
never mind.
You dive off the ship and you can fly.
Oh, that sucks. I can't do that spell.
What were you thinking?
That lesser restoration would do an exhaustion, but it has to be greater.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now that's not right. I'll slap you with some good juice, but I don't have that good.
This guy.
Yo, what?
I beat that.
So,
No.
sun has risen.
It's my sticker.
What do you guys wish to do now? Anybody?
Sorry, what was that?
Dawn has come. Sun has risen. What do you guys wish to do now?
Is that ship repair?
I want to gather army people onto the deck. Like our main group.
For the most part, the ships are in full repair.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to gather our main group, so like you, Jakara, and Nihilus. Just like us, the main characters.
You know, we're in a voice chat. Like, you could just talk to us in our brain.
I'm totally asleep.
Well, you can talk to most of us in our brain.
What do you got?
I'm sorry, I'll just.
Hello?
Hello?
We're waiting on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said once everybody's awake, I'll do the little brain thing of, hello, everyone, please gather on deck.
Jakaria totally plans on sleeping in.
Do we have to
Yes.
get up? Yeah, do we have to gather on
Once
deck?
everyone is awake.
Do we need to gather on deck?
Once everyone is fucking awake.
So can I make it purposeful that Jakaria stays in her room and in bed?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she's,
kind of
like,
funny that she's
Straight up
yeah.
staying in her room and in bed.
I kind of still want to see what Ava does if we just don't come to this meeting, so I just kind of want to pick on
I
her.
also have not even called it because, like I said, I'm gonna wait for everybody to wake up, so like everyone has the morning still. So
And
period.
you wait. And you wait.
To see
and-
who wakes up. I am not doing anything yet.
And you continue waiting. Zakaria hasn't shown up. Nux hasn't shown up. No one's come up onto the top deck. The only one that has is the only one that has is Gaius, and Varen is like a little puppy to you.
Oh yeah, he's dumb still, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How long
poor
is he
guy.
gonna be dumb for?
30 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's great.
How do we fix that?
Someone with
Higher
greater
levels,
restoration wish.
I have lesser restoration. Sorry.
So the only ones you have are your brother and your husband, Varia, and everyone else is not coming to deck. Albie, what do you wish to do? As you hear Ava probing your head.
Oh, I thought she wasn't probing anybody's head yet.
No, she wasn't.
Probing anybody.
But Jakara is purposely, regardless, staying in her room.
Jakari's
In bed.
pretending to be asleep.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, let me know when everyone wakes up.
I mean, everyone does eventually wake up.
But does Jakari say she's awake?
No, there's no response from Jakara.
Like, Jakari, are you awake?
No,
I feel like Albie's probably up, tending to ship things,
Oh, yeah.
doing whatever, drinking on the job. Is what he does.
as per Captain In.
As per Albie's motif. That's what he does.
Albie is on deck, tending to the ship. Nux.
Oh my Happy!
No, hi.
You are not drunk right now?
He's gonna look down at his flask, which is like 3/4 empty, and shake it around and be like, maybe?
But like, not throw up drunk, right?
No,
We're not
no.
throw up drunk right now.
No, that's rare. That's for special occasions.
Perfect! It's time.
I need to head home. My girlfriend's not doing well.
And then I
She's
grab
like
him
getting
and I
sick. She
fly
didn't
with
so bad.
Albie.
She's just it's not well.
Oh.
We need to go babysit her.
Okay.
Since I officially have more than a minute.
Are you just rushing out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's been doing this more and more, and it's been bad.
She's
If you need anything,
Yeah.
keep us posted, though, yeah? Thus is life, folks. Thus is life.
That bag seems really heavy.
It really
It's this bag of holding.
Yeah.
It's not very. It doesn't work.
Although
It's
it's not a bag
always-
of holding, it gains weight.
It's
Yeah.
always 15 pounds.
always 15.
Always 15
Damn it.
pounds, but
This
it
is
always will
always
feel
15 pounds.
like it has everything.
The weight of the world on your shoulders.
Mm-hmm. At least one.
Kitty.
He likes to tassel.
Got it?
Alright, well, see you guys later.
Yep.
See ya.
Alright.
Be safe, guys.
Yeah, you too.
My kitty.
Shoulder kitty.
I know that sounds like
God, what a throwback.
I got you.
Okay. Ava, Albie, you were having a conversation.
Yeah. It's time. I can do this for more than a minute this time. And you're not fucked up and won't forget it. And you won't throw up this time.
What's happening?
Albie's still gonna be confused, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know
My
what.
wings, I just kind of point at the materialized wings.
Albie just grows the biggest smile of all time as he's connecting the dots.
How would you like to be carried, my liege?
Yes, carry me.
I scoop you up princess style.
I love it. And we go off flying.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
We have like Titanic music playing in the background.
Anthony was singing A Whole New World.
Oh yeah, that's great too.
Yeah.
We have a whole musical sequence, just you and me.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Who does it like, don't you dare close your eyes? Does she do that to you?
I'm also
'Cause
gonna
you're
bring
like,
up
fine?
the conversation from last night.
Say that again?
I said on our little flight, I'm gonna bring up the conversation from last night that I had with Jakaria and Nuts and the White Dragon, and get your 2 cents. And what do you think, Albie, on this matter?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on the gods. I just know that it seems like this Bannon and this Moore guy not doing so hot here. But somebody had mentioned spreading the power out between everybody, right?
Yeah, that was me.
Ah,
Ah.
now there's an idea. You see, my
Wow,
people.
do you agree?
I think I do. You see, my people have been long repressed or oppressed rather, and that might give them a chance, maybe, to actually do something about it. Maybe we could even fly.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing for you. Perhaps you could even fly.
That would be the life.
And what do you think now of flying? How is this?
This is much better than last time, I think. I'm not sick this time.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that was less than ideal.
You'll remember this one at least.
I hope so.
Well, it's good to know that you agree with me
Yeah,
on this matter.
I think.
We just need to convince Nux, who is going off the deep end, I think.
That seems to be the very Nux way. He likes to approach things in unique ways, to say the least.
Alright, well, let's wrap up this flight and head back to home base. And do you have any tricks in mind that you want to fly with
Oh God,
before you head back?
I'm not the flying one. I don't know of any tricks. You. Oh well.
Make a quick con check.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
If you're doing figure eights and barrel rolls and
Yeah. Okay,
Ooh.
con, you said?
Nat 20.
oh, you're fine.
22.
It's a whole new world.
He's gotten used to it.
Going through like a fighter jet pilot, rapid inclines and declines and pitfall drops and twists and turns. The wind breezing into your face, the sun beaming from overhead. It's a nice day to fly.
Love to hear it. Albie is so happy when we get back to the ship. He's just beaming.
You know exactly how those seagulls feel now.
Yes.
You know exactly how they feel.
Like those. My boys. I get it.
My boys!
Why the fuck you can't say it was your boy?
You do eventually come back to the ship. Everyone is up and awake. The deckhands on the Argonaut are in full swing, getting the ship ready to move again. Argos is doing his thing at the helm. Who wishes to be on top deck?
I'll be up there.
What's the plan there?
I don't get anything.
Dakar,
Come
I'm
here.
pretty sure you're staying in your room.
Get out of here.
Nux, what are you doing? aside from fucking with my cat.
No! No more! I don't have the feather! I go to... You know what? I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'd like to see magic in my eyeballs right now. I do it as a ritual.
The air is filled with magic. But not in any particular source. It's like the air itself is laced with magic.
Explore the ship. I'm looking around. I'm guessing everyone has a unique magic signature.
Everyone does.
Kari looks like a firing hot
You
flame.
don't see me.
She's in her room.
Can I not see through the door? I would assume she's like emitting like a.
There's an aura, but you don't see her. But you see what looks like a raging bonfire.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Yeah, I can't see her, but I'm seeing like a magic like.
Yeah, you just look. You do a whole panoramic view of looking around. You see, Albie actually has traces of nature magic, like green laced with more living energy. You notice that Varian and Gaius are beaming white lights. Even stronger than you've seen before. Ava is beaming just as strong, but there's traces of actual celestial energy, arcane energy flowing through her. You see Seedy is like a lava lamp of draconic energy. It's flowing and alternating like water and oil. You see Kotok is just seeping black necrotic energy. Nihilus, kind of like Shadow, but also kind of clear in the same kind of way. Hol'Goth, you see his energy, and you know that he is just brimming with arcane power. You catch that his energy is actually flowing out of him and into the seal at the very bottom of the ship. And the seal is in full operation.
Oh, you mean the white orb?
Aside from the teleportation circle, the actual realm seal, yes.
Am I smart enough to put 2 and 2 together?
I mean, what's your intelligence?
17. I'm second high. Tied with her. Me and her.
You're not tied with me.
Is your highest?
I think your intelligence is also 17.
My intelligence is 18.
Oh.
You can kind of put 2 and 2 together that he didn't openly express why he's pale, but you can definitely see the reason why.
I don't know how to solve this. There's an easy fix for this, Josh. Like a very, very quick and easy fix.
What's your fix?
Kotak. We have a good conversation.
Oh, now we're gonna talk.
Yeah, because I got an idea, but I don't want to tell everyone.
That's interesting.
I think I found out what's wrong with your brother.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah. You know we have a seal on the ship, right? I kind of forgot that it stayed powered on. We need to move the seal to a different dragon shard.
How do we do that?
Well, the problem is the only last dragon shard that we can use is the big one in the teleportation room. So.
And we just left.
No, well, the thing about being in the air is you can kind of direct your fall. But I need you to help us land.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
I can get the ball over there, but you need to help it land Hamlin. You can't go big dragon for like 1 minute.
It requires a lot of power from me.
6 seconds. 12 seconds.
And again, you're also out of the heat pass. You're at least 3 days away.
Holy shit, we're that far?
Mm-hmm.
How have we just been flying and fixing?
Yep.
You guys took 4 days, and then you traveled a day. before you fought the druids.
Oh, I thought the druids were like off out, and we like flew.
Oh
up
no,
to
it was a day journey away from Hamlet.
I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry. And my plan is no longer the same plan that I thought it was.
It's a plan. You just now need to turn around.
I mean, technically, we could do just a different plan. I mean, Kotak, you so insistent on being close to death. Why don't you take over powering it for a little while? We put it on Argonaught. Argonaught will sew back to Hamlet, and we'll hook it up to the Dragon Crystal there. That Dragon Crystal is the biggest in the world, so it could charge that and portals, but we'd have to shut the portal off.
Is that a good idea?
No, nothing's a good idea.
If I remember correctly, Saipang said he was going to move troops through the portal.
We could turn it back on, but I'm just saying while it supplies the seal, like we should have both going at the same time.
Seems a little finesse.
That's your brother is gonna die.
I don't really care.
It's fair. I guess we could ask CD to power it again. She was the one that originally was.
Let me go see what she says.
Alright, best of luck. I should check on the other crew.
Kotak takes his leave.
What the fuck are you so happy about?
Hmm?
What the fuck are you so happy about?
We just went flying.
You notice that your ASMR friends, their wings are fully corporeal.
She took me flying. Single tear comes out. I didn't throw up. I didn't throw up.
She pets your single eyebrow feather that's hers.
The golden one.
Yes.
I can have you fly.
Not the same. I don't know how to fly well.
You want me to teach you?
You can teach me how to fly.
Come here. I just grab him. Like, come here. I start pulling you
Okay.
closer to the edge.
Okay.
Behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, hey, bud.
Yeah!
Just go out.
You just don't fall. You just...
This isn't.
Flap
this
your
doesn't
wings.
feel like.
Flap your wings.
I don't think I have wings.
Flap your arms.
He
Flap your arms.
doesn't. He just has arms.
Pretend like you're swimming. Go through it. You're flying.
Oh my god! Ava jumps off.
I cast levitate on him, so he's literally just floating and just going horizontal.
Because he actually doesn't control his levitation.
Yeah, I'm doing
just
it.
gonna-
So as he swims, I'm just like,
Turning
just gonna
over to
move
you,
him.
I'm just gonna turn over to you and be like, this isn't the same.
you're fine.
I don't like this.
You're fine. He's like, I can turn it off if you want.
No, bring me this way first, and then yes,
Okay,
bring me down.
I'll drop you. I can catch you if you want. Do you want to fall in style?
No.
Falling with style.
No.
Ava's no.
Guys walks over. Bring him back. You had your fun.
Not falling.
She's
not
fine with
falling.
him.
Not falling.
Not falling. She's fine with you. It's fine. I want you to.
You hear a soft growl as Varen is mean mugging you.
I love him. What a weirdo.
Dad boy.
Ava, you eventually bring Albie back to deck.
You okay, bud?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... He just pulls out his flask and takes a nice swig.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Rub his back. That's good. That's good. Nutsinor. Yeah, about last night, Albie agrees with me.
And? What?
So can you please, multiple people on the same boat, can you please please just hop on?
So, multiple people are on the same boat about you marrying that one dude. Why didn't you just hop on that?
You know, this is different.
Because I have a different
That's not
opinion.
even
It's the same
comparable.
thing. I don't want to sweep this problem under the rug for another day. And as much as I hate to say it, we do need some sort of God being in place. That's not me wanting that. That is me saying that, unfortunately, that is the reality of our scope.
I'm not sure if that is the reality of our scope. The whole purpose of this since the get-go is to not have a god in place.
Ava, once again, I'm the only person that has seen the world 500 years ago and 500 years now.
Okay, and that does not give you the fucking experience that you think it does. There are fucking people who have been alive for millennia here, and they also do not think that's a good idea.
Like who?
You
Wait, no, hold on. Stop your song. Stop your little lamp.
not
Who has been here alive longer than me here out of our little group?
all the fucking dragons.
So once again, out of our little group, who has been alive longer than me?
I'm not going to say this again just because you may have had a longer life by
So-
literally, what, like 50 fucking years?
So someone doesn't agree with your
500? I don't
opinions
fucking know. Regardless, you're being a fucking douchebag right now.
because
You get
someone
that,
doesn't
right?
agree with your
You're being a
opinions?
douchebag right now. You are literally have derailed us in the past 24 hours. You actually, I would say maybe in the past week. You went into Kotog's space. You don't leave the poor guy alone. You went into this fucking first dragon, and you know what? I'm sorry that I don't remember his name, but you're getting in his space when he's clearly depressed. Your friends are all telling you, like, hey, let's talk this out. Let's do this thing. Let's have a conversation. And you are constantly just trying to fight. I just don't get why we can't talk it out. Why it has to be
Your way or no one else?
ordeal.
So we have to do what you want and no one else.
I think you have it backwards.
Do
In
you-
that everyone else is trying to talk things out, find a middle ground here.
So,
and it seems
Ava,
as
once
though
again-
we're not.
We were all on the same page about killing the gods. You walked away and talked to your god, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you said, no, we can't kill them, now all we have
I'm
to...
pretty sure that no one was made a decision, and I'm also more than 100% certain that it was you yourself who said, hey, can you go talk to more and figure out, you know, what would be a good idea? Do you remember that? Am I, like, suddenly just insane? Because as I recall, nobody was on the same fucking page. In fact, the discussion was never even had, and that is why I went and talked to more, so that we could get clarity.
You did.
Like, go off and go talk to more.
Why don't you go talk to your god?
That was probably, yeah, I mean, like...
You actually suggested that.
So, once again, I'm still the same thing. We all were on the same agreement with killing them. She went off to talk to him. She said, no, don't do that, because that's what he wanted. So then all of us should listen to what he's saying. Even though we were all on the same page for months about killing the gods.
Wow, the way we understood that singular conversation, and this is by the way out of character, is so completely opposite because my understanding this entire time was just that, like, we've just casually been like, oh, we're gonna kill the gods, and then we just sat down to have a serious discussion. Oh, what are we gonna actually do? And because nobody had an answer,
No,
and then we're like, should
hold
that
on.
be on the table? And then everybody was like, Ava, go and ask more to figure out what would be better. And then so I did, and then I came back, and not to say it wasn't, and I came back with the information of, this is what happens if you kill the gods, and it puts us in a more precarious situation. And then everybody was like, oh yeah, we were aware that that's what would happen, and now that we heard that again, maybe we shouldn't.
So, what were we doing when we held the council together?
What council?
I thought the council was to get like an army amassed
To
go to Cathedral.
Attack Cathedral.
okay, to then end up doing what?
That was never
Well,
discussed.
I'm pretty sure we all discussed killing the gods. We've
well,
talked about this
you have to
multiple
understand
times.
that the Dastor family has like enslaved a bunch of people. They have their own army. The Church of Bannon has gone kind of like haywire and become almost like this dictatorship force amongst the people. And so for me, I feel like that was like the main army and battle we were gonna fight, and why we needed to get the army. And then Bannon, not that they're like an afterthought, but like Bannon and Moore would also be part of that fight. But the reason we needed the council was to mostly have the numbers to take care of that like church army, the store army.
The first step was to actually just have an army to go and storm Cathedral. That was the first step.
So, I feel like when we first started this whole group shindig, it was to kill Bannon. And then we all realized, oh, both the gods aren't pretty great, so we should get rid of both of them.
But it was never. It was discussed of should we seal or should we kill, and that was on both sides. As CD says, we should seal them.
When did we ever discuss sealing except for this moment?
A couple of times.
I don't remember that. Can you help refresh my memory? Because I thought we have progressed to killing
When
the
you
gods.
when you first found
So
CD,
doing the seals was in all hopes to seal the gods.
And we realized that was only a temporary fix.
Because of
So then we thought
those
the fix
seals
was to
were
kill
broken
them.
before, obviously.
then the
so.
alternative was like instead of like you said, sweeping it under the rug, we go kill the gods. You then find CD, and CD suggests that it was the best decision we came up with at that time, and it's the best decision now.
To
And
kill
then
them or keep them sealed?
to keep the seal up. That was always her indignation. That was always her course of action, because that's what Moore wanted. He wanted peace for the people, and that meant removing him and his brother from the play. Completely, just removing them.
By your side.
He never. It never came to the idea of killing them. It was always just remove them from play.
Thank you.
It's only been now recently coming to the idea that if you kill a god, it creates a massive power vacuum.
I've always known that, though, because once again, the whole king analogy.
But
And
that's
literally
never been exposed. That's never been discussed. It's always been we should kill a god. Yeah, sure, let's go kill a god. Never been discussed and what happens after the fact.
I thought we were discussing that now, and then it ended up changing
And then everyone realizes, oh, that's and then everyone's realized that killing a god's actually a very bad idea.
Who says the bad idea other than Moore, though?
Moore suggested that the seal is up. He never suggested anything else. That was his end goal. Drakari has always said that the gods just need to be removed.
She's never liked him, whether we kill him or remove him. She's always been consistent on that.
Mm-hmm. Whether
Nihilus
killing
has
them or
been
killing them.
Indifferent.
She just
Nihilus
wants
has been
them
consistent on
removed.
killing them.
The gods should be dead. Hol'Goth wants them dead. He doesn't care about the repercussions.
Now, that's what I'm saying. We've been aligned with him this
kill the
entire
gods.
time to kill
Yes.
the gods. So that's why I'm saying this one conversation all of a sudden changed our whole group, and I'm the one saying, why did we all change all of a sudden?
That's a fair point.
And that's why I've been like, why am I defending myself when everyone else just flipped all of a sudden? And I've been like, I was the one trying to get you guys not to kill them. Now I'm on your side, and now you guys are like, no. And I'm like, what?
I feel like the group has never had ever a discussion of what would happen with the gods. Just like made mild comments
And
here
actually,
and there. And if a discussion happened, it had to have happened when I had my hiatus, because I definitely don't recall ever being part of a conversation like that. And can someone tell me, because I think this also happened when I was gone, what is the time limit that we found out on the ceiling thing?
At the end of this year, something like that.
It's coming close.
Yeah.
You have about, in this current time frame, 3 to 4 months. I'm trying to figure out conversation-wise. There was never actually been a solid consensus on what to do after the fact.
100%. I agree with that.
No one's, and like we were discussing, Nihilus, you, and Hol'Goth want the gods dead.
Yes. She's been like, they just need to be
They
out
just
of the
need to be
picture.
out of the picture. That whether
And
killing
that's
or
like,
sealing doesn't matter.
You still haven't changed, right? Like that's you're like whatever. If they're
As
dead
long
or
as they're
not.
dead or
Yeah.
sealed
that's
and
what,
out of the picture, I don't care. They just need to be out of the picture.
Yeah, and that's what I've always assumed. But Ava, I've always thought was been in the middle because she's been blessed by more.
Exactly. And as Moore told her, please fix the seals. Has Ava ever, actually on that note, has Ava ever wanted to kill the gods?
Do you know him?
I'm legit asking that question.
Oh my god. Did you guys not remember how you literally came for my throat one session because I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill more, and then you're like, how could you say you're gonna kill more?
Did
Do you not remember that? It was when we were getting like, we met the other more people when we were doing like the Griffin thing.
That was a very long time ago, but the last time we talked about this, you were, as far as I remember, this was when we were talking about Kotak being your patron because you were fine with us killing more and losing him as your patron, and you were going to take Kotak.
Yep.
That.
Because I've known from.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why did we?
My meeting. We have known from my meeting with Moore that day that I said on the like cliffside with in the mountains with the griffins that Moore has wanted to die or be sealed away. And I mentioned that because he said it to me, and then everybody was like, you can't kill Moore. And I was like, okay.
We're getting out of game, but I really want to try and not have everyone upset. From my memory, at some point, everyone has agreed that killing the gods is a good idea. That is to my memory.
And it's not that we're saying not killing the gods is a good idea. We're saying a huge issue arises once they're dead. And
Yes.
then CD took inspiration from me saying give the power back to people and was like, okay, well look, if the power that attracts a bunch of like gods and demons and people from other dimensions or whatever once a god dies, is going to be a problem. Why don't we just redistribute that power into everyone in Falsea? So that is the middle ground of all of this. The sealing doesn't work, right? You don't want the generations later to be fucked with that. But killing the gods right out isn't a great idea necessarily either, because there is a power imbalance, and then giving that power to one person again just creates the same issue that we had before. And everybody has just been wanting no gods, right? So Sadie's lovely little speech about redistributing power was a way to fix this issue. Yes.
So not killing the gods, but just scattering their power to the populace, which then actually helps them protect themselves.
Yes, which I would initially agree with that, but as Nux has stated, over the past 500 years, the other planes have opened and interacted more and more and more.
So then they need more power. And so by the grace of gods, they will be able to do so.
So, and that's what we have a choice. What do we want to
nicer
put?
for people to just like have the freedom to protect themselves and fight for themselves, rather than continuously be weak and be dependent on the whim of one person.
And that's honestly the question. Would we rather place faith in one person, or the faith in the world, humanity, being able at some point to come together to be able to use that godhood once again to defend itself?
That's the gamble.
Nuts does not have any faith in the world.
Rather necessarily to accomplish that. It's not like in order to activate that power, everyone needs to fucking say kumbaya and hold hands and decide to activate it together. Like, it's just a way of, it's like individual power, right? Like, people can just protect themselves now. So, like, if there are creatures that come into Valsea and are an issue, you know, we just stand a higher chance because, you know, the people that we have in, whether it's our armies or even just like the regular people, they have a chance of, you know, actually fighting and defending themselves because they have this godlike power that has been distributed to them. Not that it's like actually godlike, you know, it's redistributed into tiny pieces, but like, you know, they won't just die immediately, and you don't need everybody to be in what's the word, like in cahoots.
So, Ava, I have a very basic question to ask you. Do you believe people are naturally good or naturally bad?
Oh, fuck. I don't know how that's relevant. I mean, like, does it matter? Most people tend to just be neutral.
And that's why I would rather not give a sliver of godhood to a bunch of neutrals or a bunch of people that would rather.
That just puts everybody on an equal playing field, so it's not going to be like there's an imbalance of power. I mean,
There still would be because there's no god of the plane, so there would still be an imbalance then. That's the imbalance that we're dealing with right now.
You just have a whole bunch of people who are now on equal ground. I'm just like confused by
the people
your
are
thought process. It doesn't make sense to me.
I understand.
because
This is, as Guy steps in, I understand. Nux, you don't trust people.
But no. So everyone we can elevate everyone to this level on this plane if we want to use math or visions.
I get that you don't
But what
trust
happens
people,
when something
you get,
like this comes into place?
How do I put this? There's gonna be bad people everywhere. There's gonna be good people everywhere. It doesn't necessarily matter who outnumbers the other because nobody necessarily currently has an agenda besides maybe removing a god. I mean, like, I don't necessarily see these normal civilians getting this power and, like, others, like, within, you know, more powerful people like us, right? Adventurers and such.
So
Us getting
I just
power,
realized
so,
what
like,
this conversation is turning into. It's literally gun control.
ugh.
Can I be listening in
Mm-hmm.
through the chat?
Everyone's
You can
listening.
probably
yeah.
hear it on
Okay.
the deck, yeah. So
I have to bounce here,
Yeah.
but I will. Yeah, I'll be catching you guys next week.
Jeez.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. You'll have to let me know how this wraps up because I am so engaged in this, but also I have.
I don't think it's gun control per se unless everyone got like a superpower from this guy.
And that's the gamble. You got everything.
Yeah, I
That-
think so.
All I'm saying is
that's
like
the gamble is how much will godhood give them.
and what I'm saying is more of like a power level per se. So let's say we give godhood to everyone and their power is now 10. Okay, everyone's a level 10 across the world. Everyone's on an even playing field.
Mhm.
Let's say a
Nothing
level.
really changes, right? Like, what's the difference between that being level 1 and being a level 10
A lot.
around the world? Like,
A lot. But hold on. So give me 2 seconds. Let's say a level 100 thing, comes into place and wants to take over a plane full of level 10s.
Then it turns into the insect versus the colony.
Exactly. So, and that's where, like, I'm, as I said, I don't have the faith in everyone to band together to fight the 100. I think there needs to be a peak of different levels of, yes, this person's powerful, and then this person's the most powerful, whether they're good or bad. I don't have that decision. That's why I'm trying to give Kotak, because he's the one that wants to kill me.
There wouldn't still be more levels. Like, everybody might have a little bit of God within them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the world's going to change within itself. Like, you're still going to have farmers who just want to be farmers, blacksmiths who just want to be blacksmiths. You understand? So, like, you're going to have adventurers who are
Okay,
adventurers. Right,
Okay,
are going to continue their
Ava,
life.
I completely agree with you on that. But what about other demons? So, as in the angel, the celestial we just fought and we just got our ass handed to? We're not even strong enough for that, and we are way more stronger than 90% of the world.
Aside from a few select.
Exactly, aside from a few select. So right there, we can't even face the biggest thing that's coming our way. And we're saying we want to distribute the most powerful thing in our plane to everyone.
Because in that way, it follows the same thing. It's not... Taking into your account, it's not that we're raising the low to the high. We're raising everyone.
And that's fine. But
That means that beings such as Cole, who is an archmage, gets stronger. Saipang, who is a literal global general, gets stronger. You get
Me, who could probably hit Phoenix.
And that's what I'm saying. All of us want
the ones who are strong just get stronger. While the base are able to protect themselves, they still have the apex who are stronger to take on the level 100s. So by giving everyone on the continent godlike power, that just raises all of them up. So that the ones who are lower can protect against the lower ones on their level, and the ones that just get stronger, like, say, archdemons, you now have beings that can contend to that because they are already strong, and they can now contend on a higher level.
And that's my thing is what happens when that level gets too high for anyone to contend with.
I have a question,
Because there's no
If
God.
we're redistributing to people within Falsea, I mean, does that necessarily involve people from other planes? Like you're saying, like, demons and such, but, like, they're not from Falsea, so how would they be given that power? Like,
they don't, but they... So another plane has another god. They have another power set. So if another godlike being came to our plane, and we have no other god-level type person to handle that level, what would happen?
but, first of all, you don't need one person to do that. Like, two, we could just have an army, like, a mass, like, we'll probably still have, like, a king or a government or such, this like an American-style government.
It quintessentially turns into, again, the colony versus the war.
I need to grab Drogo.
Okay.
It turns into the
right
colony.
answer.
No, there isn't, and
There
that's
really
the gamble that you're sitting with.
And to be honest, I would look at you, Jakari, and be like, do you have faith more in the world or more in one person's decision? Because how you've outcloaked your entire family, the world has treated your family like crap. So
The world hasn't treated my family like crap.
Well, I just meant, like, they put you in, like, look what CD has done and everything.
Well, that was CD and one god. So in Jakaria's mind,
you would
CD
rather
and more have bent the choice, the free will choice of her family lineage.
So you'd be opposite.
I would trust the people more than the single god because they have bent the choice of following destiny rather than saying, "Hey, you should do this."
And that's
like
exactly why.
She
And
bent
this is
her
the
entire family history
And that makes sense.
into going one way.
This is the only argument that Nux has, and it's been the transition of his lifetime to this lifetime. Because when he left, the gods disappeared. And between then and now, it has been no god interaction.
Mhm.
And it's only been human desire. And that human desire has what I have seen, Nux, not me, but Nux has seen getting worse. So he views, because he's seen a time period without gods and a time period with gods, he viewed and saw the time period with gods not the best, but better than the chaotic world that he lives in now. So that's what he's saying by like he's the only person that is
Someone needs
experienced
to help. Someone needs to hold the reins.
and that's what like as much as he hates
Right.
to
No,
admit
that makes sense. That
and
makes
that's what,
sense.
like,
And
in-
where, and how in Jakaria's view, she has seen a lot of free will and fun and happy-go-lucky living on the freer side of the world of Falsea, versus knowing if she goes to Cathedral, she's going to be looked down on. Period.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And it's exactly like
like
that same dichotomy.
and so she's like, this over here, what the free thinking, and if you want to worship Bannon, you can. If you don't have to. You're not looked down on or anything like that. Sort of deal. She wants that everywhere. So basically, either giving the people a choice of go ahead and worship whichever gods you want to worship. Just don't. Basically, real life today, don't force somebody else to have your viewpoint as well.
I 100%, and that's like I think
So,
that just depends on
It's just
the god in place. Because I mean, you could have a god in place that lets you worship any god in other planes,
But then who would be the god?
and
There's
that's
so many people to pick from, and you don't know.
and that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day,
How do
there's
you
no
how do you
right choice to
vet?
this.
How do you vet someone to be a god?
The person that has unfortunately been through life and death more than anyone else in this existence.
arguably, guys could also still be that person.
Yeah, I
He's
feel
a
like
very
if
good
I
natured
had to pick
person.
anyone, I would be leaning.
The reason
towards-
why I say
Okay.
Gaius is because of arguably, like, unlike Kotok, who's died and come back, Gaius has taken life
How about this? Guys, take
just
one-
by following orders.
Gaius
So he
has
knows
No
that, like,
want for that,
it's free
probably.
will.
And two,
altogether.
Kotak wants to die.
the best choices are the people that don't want it, Avaria. You need it, like, the people that want power abuse power, and then they end up hurting other people with it, or they just do what they want with it.
That's why Jakari is like, don't give me the power. Fuck it.
You don't agree with that? Look at who I am. Look at Nux. Every powerful piece of item I have, I've turned it into a monster. You don't agree with the power comes with so much responsibility that people just lose it?
That's not the part that I disagree with. I just disagree that some people who want power don't necessarily end up to be the worst options, but that's not necessarily the point here. That's literally not the point at all, actually. It's just that, being a god, in one hand, yes, there's a lot of great things that can come with it, and you can protect others, right? But it is also a curse. You have to understand, you can see that through Kotok living this life that he has lived. It is a curse. Like, living forever it's not great. You see everyone you love die. There's no companionship. You yourself give up on life. You don't get the option to have that anymore because you are now a being that is greater than that. And all of us who are mortal, putting us into that position, it takes a little bit of insanity, right? And I just Kotak wants to die. Like, we can see it with him. We shouldn't give that power to him. He's on the cusp of retiring. We should grant him that. I don't think we should find someone else to take up the power either. You were asking to curse a person.
Okay, so
Ava, hold
at
on.
this point, I'm gonna butt in
I'm so
and be like,
confused.
hey, so to break up this thought process, Nux, I just want to inform you that
This shit's on fire.
Shut!
Fireproof!
that trusting one being to save the many isn't necessarily the best option.
I don't.
And the reason why is you can take my family history for that.
I don't trust anyone being Dracaria.
Well, okay, not necessarily trusting, but giving this sort of power to one being isn't necessarily the best option, and you can take my family history for that. the fact that one being
Jakaria,
altered the life of my family.
so you're saying that other
Entirely.
realms that exist how they are, they shouldn't have their gods either?
You know, in other realms, they probably have the choice of choosing which god they want to worship.
And the gods are a little bit more or less hands-on than ours were.
Have you guys ever done like planar knowledge at all? Like at all?
Yeah, I think I did some with Cole.
So Asmodeus rules over the 9 hells, and consistently other.
Is in constant war with others.
So yeah, that right there. Then we have the complete opposite, my order, that is Mechanist, and he controls and knows everything within his order.
With the Iron Fist.
With exactly, like down to the timing of everything. And then there's the Celestial Realm,
Which is upheld by the Code of Law.
the Code of Law, and also ruled by a God Serpent King. There's the what else? We can keep going. The Abyss Plane,
Which has no ruler. It's literally survival of the fittest.
so every plane has its own dimensional being. I just don't. I'm sorry.
Planet Fire has what?
None. It's just fire. You
I'm
live in
sorry,
Shadowfell
fire.
has-
I was so sure that one
No
person.
king. It's just vampires and dark creatures.
There's
Feywild?
Is just they have a council.
What?
But the beings in the chat.
So,
the
no,
Feywild-
no, 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 I
is
am,
there a god of the fire plane?
There are no gods.
Is this in your realm, or is this actual?
Actual lore, there are no gods in those planes. There are higher gods of statutes, but no god rules a plane.
Then we're looking at different wars. Then I thought you were taking original D&D lore. From original D&D lore, there's a god of every plane. So that's why I'm like, hold on, because Mechanist, that's why every single one of them has a certain one, because they.
But the
rule over
abyss,
that.
but the abyss doesn't have one.
In a way.
And the Feywild has the Council of Seasons. The Shadowfell doesn't have. They have the Conclave of Vampires.
And that's what, like, and
But that's the highest of their species.
the highest, but also once again godhood.
But it's not godhood for vampires.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about an upper echelon, Josh, like something that like.
But then those beings, such as Asmodeus, can't leave.
And that's what I'm saying. We're gonna put a godhood into everyone on Earth, everyone in our plane.
It's a fragment of godhood, not a focused.
It's not a full thing. Nobody's gonna actually be a god or have
So
the power of an
the
actual
dimensional
god.
being that shouldn't leave our plane of existence should be fragmented and spread across through every being of our existence.
well, technically, they're part of the Celestial Realm, so they shouldn't leave the Celestial Realm.
They shouldn't be in our realm. They're not a part of our realm. They weren't here when I was here, including multiple other different races, including multiple other different species. So not having a god is letting other realms come and invade our realm, if you want to be serious.
Oh, so we just invaded your realm. So fucking sorry about that.
You took that so personally. Goodness gracious.
Well, yeah, I did too, considering I wouldn't be here either.
And now you understand.
You're being rude. I just don't understand why you feel like this needs to go to one person. The whole problem is that it went to one person.
You do understand it's been 2 people the entire time, right?
Two
And
gods, two gods that literally actually started a war because they couldn't agree on anything.
Because they split into 2.
One god split itself into 2,
And
which we
caused,
still don't know why.
and caused continental civil war.
So once again, one god split into 2 and caused all this.
I just don't get why you think one person would be able to be the solution. You think one person can remain constant forever?
I'm not saying constant forever. Where did that come from?
You're so scared of these future generations having another problem on their hands. Giving a power to someone to be a god is going to be a problem for another generation.
I don't think Sugar must feel like we're in a constant cycle anyways.
I think the point was missed in that it's not a matter of future generations, it's a matter that the cycle will never stop.
So
That
we're
too.
choosing what cycle to go through, and if we don't choose, what I'm saying is, eventually, let's make a choice. If there's no God to rule over us, then what's going to eventually happen?
Who knows?
That or return to the plane of abyss and
I
free
mean,
for
look
all.
at Earth, like real life.
So what's the difference between us and the abyss? Or what's the difference between us and the
It's the fact that all
nine-
planes combine to one point.
And that's why.
It takes all aspects.
And that's literally what I'm saying right here.
But you're
We
asking
need-
everyone to be subjugated.
No, I'm asking for us to
You're
do
asking
what
you're-
originally was in the plans.
let's use Kotak as an example again, as he's like, what the fuck, we just talked about this.
So hold on first, before I ask that. The original thing, okay?
Was
So
this-
I'm asking us to go back to the beginning.
Mhm.
The beginning where we had one God and one planet.
That was per history.
Yes. And that's what I'm asking.
There was only the belief of one God. They weren't present.
Exactly.
When you were in your time, you actually met more.
Yeah. And then I met more.
Then you
I
got
time
war.
skipped.
Yep.
Gods disappeared almost right after. 500 years.
Yep.
I blipped in.
Yep.
I've read about all of history. I've read about what my daughter's done. I read about what the gods did.
Mhm.
Because I knew before Bannon wiped history, I knew about my own history. So I knew about the histories of the gods, about them bickering, about it getting worse,
Mhm.
and about, yes, the talk about one God.
The fragmented information that they used to be one God,
Yes.
but was never confirmed.
So, and then once I got shunted 500 years in the future, I started realizing there's more than one God.
That was recently.
There's more than just our gods.
Yeah.
There's multiple gods in multiple planes.
Which you've discovered recently.
Yep. I've discovered also that God is a power source. It is like a set power, like godhood. Because if Bannon and Moore split into two, there's one God source.
More so of essence, but
You get essence, source, whatever you get.
it's science. Putting in the science, God energy is essentially energy.
What you do?
I scared him.
Energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be moved or transformed. So
Yeah,
splitting,
exactly, yeah.
so splitting energy is
And
a way
that's-
of transformation. It can never be destroyed.
Agreed. And my thing is, so exactly with that, so Drakari, exactly what he just said. If we split the energy between everyone, do you not think that there will be someone that tries to gather all that energy again later down on the road, future generations? Or that energy does go to one person again, just like that timeline of what I'm just saying, it's eventually going to end up in one person. But we get to choose that one person, at least have some interaction on the Earth, and what happens at this point. Not what happens at this point.
But that's future games that you can't plan for.
100%.
Yeah,
but
she would still. I think Drakari would still probably lean towards the people, because at least that's a choice. If people want to give their godhood grace to
saying give you the-
one person,
But I'm
then
also
that's
saying,
their choice still.
but I'm also saying I want you to choose what the world wants to look like.
That's
We all in
forcing
agreement that
some-
we shouldn't be a god. Or at least I'm pretty sure that we've all agreed that we shouldn't be that person. Now we've thrown a few names like Gaius and Kotak, but any person that we choose will help reform and shape that world. And that's what I'm saying. Can we make that choice of what the world will reshape to, instead of giving that power to the world? Because I'm afraid the world's going to get worse.
Shouldn't we ask the world then?
No. Unless you want to, but I think that's
See, at that point, that's in Drakari's mind that that's taking everybody's choice away. Then
everyone's choice if they want a little piece of godhood.
and no, everybody's choice in who they get to worship.
They already have that choice now.
And they've lived accordingly for 500 years without a problem. Sure, they've had internal strife, but what doesn't? Clans have internal strife. There's civil wars. There's clan battles. That's always going to happen.
And now we're just
It's
asking-
more so a matter of can we put that into a galactic, if not interplanar, stand and think the same thing.
Well, also, it's going to be a galactic war. We're giving everyone more power, and we're giving people to choose other godhoods and opening up the planes. So if you're upset with how people have been now, then imagine how much worse it will be.
But again, it comes down to the idea of there are going to be people to stand up.
That's
There
true.
will always be people to stand up. That's the concept of being a hero.
How many heroes do we have trying to save the world now?
A lot. Actually.
I mean, you say that, but there's 2 groups of us, and then we call the council to try to convince everyone else.
Everyone has their own individual goals. It's a matter of you contacting the extra planes and saying, hey, can you help us?
And,
A lot of the planes were like, nah, I've got my own shit to deal with.
and then one of them was another god who was like, sorry, we can't because you guys are in your own little bubble.
So what
So
happens?
you got gods out there that want to help, but we're in our own little bubble, so they can't. So, like, Jakari's like, either let all the gods in, or none of them get in.
And then you literally tempt the cosmic scales of which gods are going to be the ones to balance and which ones are going to be the ones to try and grab for power. And that's always going to happen.
So exactly. I'm not willing to risk the cosmic scales, especially on a mortal plane. If mortals want to dictate their own future, that's fine. But mortals have clearly shown that they will push themselves into extinction themselves.
Oh, I don't think they push themselves into extinction. But
More
on this ship currently, how many people agree with you? How many people agree with us?
well, I guess everyone would have to make a stand for it, but there's only 3 of us here.
I can pull a tally.
Well, we all know Gaius, Varen, and Aeva are on one side.
Let's see. Hol'Goth wants extermination.
Wait. Can we put it into terms of redistribution of power? Or what is Nexus
Yeah, what do we
stance?
wanna do with-
One person?
Consolidation to one being.
Okay, could we write it off as choose between redistribution of power or one being? That way I can make it make sense in my head. Is that possible? Could you do that, please?
Unfortunately, it doesn't sit that way because there are people that want that power to remain but just be sealed versus move to a different being versus moving to multiple beings.
Okay.
So it's sealed everyone or one person. Is that correct?
Or plan D, you plan for destruction and see what happens.
Okay. Josh, if you write it, if you say it out loud, I'll write it down and then we can tally it up.
Let's see, the decisions are one god. The second decision is godhood for all.
Yes.
The third decision is complete destruction.
What does complete destruction look like?
That is the death of both gods.
Okay, and then there's the sealing option.
Then that's the fourth option, which is exactly what's been going on, which has been
Okay, so we have 4 options in front of us. We have Jakaria and Averia on Godhood for All.
No.
No, what do you want?
Jakaria wants the gods removed. Now, she doesn't care how, she just wants them removed.
But do you care
But that's
what
not
happens-
necessarily, she doesn't,
Do you care what happens to the godhood, though?
no.
Alright.
She doesn't care what, like,
As long as the gods are removed. So you just don't want another god in place.
exactly.
Okay. So whether they're sealed or it goes to everyone.
She doesn't care.
Okay.
Sealed, dead,
She
goes to
lied.
everyone, does not care.
Okay, everything except one God.
Yes.
Correct.
vote down for all three. 3 out of the 4.
Albie is for removal. Nihilus.
Stealing?
Let's see if I remember. Nihilus is for destruction.
It would side with
Hol'Goth is for destruction. Kotok is indifferent.
Okay.
If we just destroy him, though, what happens on God that way?
Exactly. CD is for redistribution or sealing. Gaius is undecided. Varen can't make a decision.
What a loser.
And Nux is for one god.
Okay, so from that tally, we basically have 1 vote for one god, and then about 3 votes for everything else. Like 3 votes for each other category. And I counted Jacaria on all 3. If I remove her, then that puts us at 2 votes in Godhood for all, 2 votes for destruction, and 2 votes for sealing. And we've got 4 for indifferent.
Welcome to democracy.
We've never lived by democracy in this group to begin with. So just because we're making a vote doesn't mean that this is what's going to happen in the end.
Nope.
Especially in your game, yeah.
I find that
All of a sudden, it could just be like an orb of godhood that you place in front of us, and it could be a free-for-all, and all of a sudden, Dracarys could be the first one to touch it now, She's the god phoenix of the plane, and whatever. So honestly...
Don't piss me off or I'm going to start everything over.
Exactly. See, so like that's what I'm saying. Honestly, us discussing this at this point is almost meaningless. All we are doing is going to the cathedral. We just wanted to know what we were doing, but it's gonna be tossed up anyways. Like
We were talking like the ultimate end of everything, the ultimate end of this whole process of regards to the gods.
well, yeah, but we're also like
we're obviously
talking
going
like
to
we
the
have
cathedral, and fixing that. Obviously,
I don't know. We're also talking like we have a choice in it. And that's what I'm saying. Like at the very end, it could just be drastically changed.
Why don't we have a choice in it?
Why don't we have a choice in it?
Yeah.
Because we don't know at the end of the day. We don't know like what's actually gonna like it's like making a plan to say like we're gonna capture the dragon, but at the end of the day, like we don't really know if that's gonna happen.
You hope.
We will.
I mean, you hope for the best, and then the dragon flies out the roof and the top, and everyone freaks out.
Josh would get us this far down. Like, unless there's like a TPK, like, the chances of us actually being able to be part of this decision, I'd say, is pretty high.
If it comes down to a TPK, campaign 2 has a whole other story.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
But the concept of godhood is a whole other thing. I feel like we really stepped out of the realm of what we needed to do, which is to focus on what are we doing in Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
Cathedral, we're gonna take down my family, right? So we take down my family, that is gonna mean that we'll have like a bunch of, we'll have been at the head of freeing a bunch of slaves that they accumulated. That also means taking down the Church of Bannon. I think the best way to maybe like approach afterwards, like in terms of cleanup, like because we take them down, right? But then
We gotta remember they have an
people are
army
gonna be
of
a little bit probably confuzzled after that. We could do like mass spreading of knowledge, like pamphlets. Are most people literate in this world?
Oh my gosh.
No. Literacy is actually literacy is not all around given. There are people that are very dumb. Your brother is a key example.
Poor guy. Okay, well that's okay. We could do like an announcement of some sort. I'm sure we could like using maybe like the dragon shard. We could do like a mind announcement to like everyone on Falsea. I'm not sure. Something to the degree of like reassuring them that they're safe or letting them know what has happened. No longer need to be afraid of the Church of Bannon, who has just gone haywire. I mean, we could talk logistics a little bit later, but, you know, something would have to be done after taking them down.
So, are we going in to kill your family or to save your family?
I think that's going to depend on what happens once I see them, because not necessarily like I'm going to be swayed either which way when I see them, like I'm going to be emotional or something. I mean that, like, with Varen, we saw how, like, I was ready to go at him, right? And when I was in close enough combat range, I was able to realize he was being possessed and then purge him. And so that was wonderful. That was great that I could save him. If my family's in the same position and I can do that to them, I would do that to them. I will also have no hesitancy in killing them if they prove to just generally be shitbags.
What if it's your little sister?
And if, like, say I purge them and it turns out, like, regardless of whether I purge them or not, they still believe that this is the way, I'll still kill them. Like, and, you know, the people are going to want to see them in some way take responsibility for what's happened, and whether they're possessed or not, you know, I think they're still going to end up, at least in some way, seeking, like, getting some form of a punishment. You know what I mean? Unless we get the person who possessed them. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I think you should deal with your family and we'll deal with everything else.
Yep.
What is everything else for you guys?
The entire city coming to fight us.
The army of lycanthrope ASMRs.
The army of golems.
You don't want to have a say in what happens?
I mean, it's your family. I'd feel pretty bad if I killed one of them. So
I mean, I don't think I can necessarily... So, wait, pause. Do I know, like, who I would be fighting? It would just be my dad, right?
You have no
My
idea.
mom and my dad.
You have no idea. You haven't seen your family in over a year. And the last bit of communication you had, you were disowned.
Yeah. I know the only people who are of age to fight are Varen and Ryber. The other ones are too young. So I probably wouldn't see my siblings.
They could have been turned into warriors.
Yeah, my fear is that perhaps they would try to, like, maybe use my siblings against me, like, say that they're gonna kill Genta or something.
Well,
if I don't give up.
Genta is being married off.
Yeah.
Your younger sister is, from what you know, is a part of the cathedral choir.
Yeah.
She's a bard.
She's a bard.
Your youngest brother, from what you know, is nothing. He is your younger brother. Yeah, you don't have a lot of information going on about your family currently.
Yeah, just my dad, I guess. Whatever. I'll take them down. We'll do it. Right, so then after that happens, what's next? If I cut the head off the snake, does the fighting stop? Like,
Well, from what you know, the Astors are a military back to the church. So the real head of the snake is the Pope.
so going after the Pope is probably the best decision?
If that's what you think.
Fuck.
It's up to you.
Also, would the military listen to? So, like, say my dad would be like incapacitated. Is there like you know, like in the movies and such? Is there like a little like seal or something that you could show to the military and be like, I have this seal. This person said you must listen to me now, and then they do, or is it not going to work like that?
I see your frame of point. If anything, they would listen to the church. Because your father listens to the church.
I see. So maybe finding a new pope to take over? No, that's dumb.
I mean, maybe. If a new leader is installed into the seat of power, maybe.
And there's no king?
There is the papacy in Cathedral. The only king that exists is out in Freehold.
Yeah.
And even he listens to a council. The papacy is the one group in Cathedral that makes decisions for the city as a whole, as well as the majority of the East.
And who is currently in the papacy? Like, who's part of that group?
The way that the papacy breaks down is, of course, the Pope, the one closest to Bannon and God. There is the High Judge, which distributes justice and handles crime. There is the Cathedian Vault, which handles the money flow and traffic. There is the Marcasian, the one who handles market and trade affair. Then there are subsidiaries that break down from that. You know that your father is head of the papal military, of papal guards, as well as minute militia. It then goes down into individual lieutenants and proctors that watch over the smaller minutia of within the city and within the bridge cities outside of the cathedral itself. So the Pope, Pope Trajan, may be the head, but he, from what you know, still listens to everyone else within his circle.
Got it.
So you don't want any gods around here, right? What if I just like, took that godhood somewhere else?
I want to make democracy a thing in Cathedral City.
Okay, how do you do that?
Send it out of this plane.
That's kind of sweeping the dirt under the rug.
Give it
Yeah, this is the part.
more power, more problems. Send it off.
Yeah, you're thinking about, yeah, sure, we can just cause upheaval. Well, what happens afterward? Who do you put in the seat? Who do you let runs the city? You want to try and
Right. So,
you want to try and reform slavery? How do you maintain, the economic and workforce?
yeah, I know. I actually just started watching a show the other day about that. I'm gonna not go down a wormhole on that. So hold on. Not a rabbit hole on that show. I'll put it into the chat though later because I like it a lot and I think you guys will like it too. But yeah, great things happen. I guess obviously my father is gonna be kicked out of whatever he's doing, and then we'll probably kill the Pope because we know he's sus.
Pope is
On the
sus.
whole tidbit of seeing the Pope killed in front of our eyes and then brought back.
He wasn't killed in front of our eyes. He was killed in front of our previous group's eyes. So we do not know
right.
that.
Okay.
The ones who saw him die were the citizens at High Mass, and that included your previous group, not you as Ava. You were
Not
done.
us. Okay. Well then, do we know?
You've only heard rumors.
Rumors, right? And so from those rumors, do we suspect that the current Pope is someone else?
Do you suspect that?
I guess it's a possibility if there's rumors about it. Whatever. So the Pope is going to be killed too. Pope and Dad, bye. The old, was it called the magistrate or like the city person who keeps law and order was that gal, but she got kicked out, right?
High Judge Koss was removed from power. Yes.
Right. But we do know that she was pretty lawful, right?
She was fair.
She was fair.
At least Avaria knows. No one else knew.
Right, so, High Judge Koss could be reinstated.
If she was
We could definitely, at the very least, if she's a fair person, discuss with her, who has political experience, a way to create a new government that puts power to the people after we,
literally calls a revolt.
I guess this coup happens.
Well, the issue becomes, is Cost alive still? Because the last time you saw her was out in Westreach, and Westreach was ransacked.
Yeah.
So that begs the question now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I guess after a coup, a couple steps are make sure the people like you. Make sure you treat the people well.
This is literally turning into the
I
French
think it was-
Revolution.
I don't know.
I feel like it's happening.
I'm
in
a
real life
history
today.
teacher. I should be able to do this.
You're so...
Was.
Social studies.
Let's go back in time.
But as you continue to have your discussion and trying to understand what to do, I'm going to be ending it here for the night. A lot of discussion, some key points, some philosophy. some heated discussions. I hope no one's actually upset right now.
No, not at all.
I don't care. This is not real life.
Yeah, retweet.
Things were getting pretty heated real quick. It was like, oh god.
This has nothing to do with my real religion or how I actually feel about the real world. So, but I do agree with Nux, and I do think like our world sucks.
Oh no, I never said it did. I never said it was awesome.
That's different.
This world is awful, but it's the world that everyone lives in.
That's true. Yeah.
Aww.
We don't have other planes.
We don't. This is our one. This is our one avenue.
I can't just pop into the abyss for a second and be like, "Oh, this sucks." Like,
No, this is exactly why the concept of extraplanar like ruins everything in reality because nothing makes sense.
Yep.
But I hope everyone had fun.
Oh, yeah, fun.
I mean, yeah, some heated discussions, but still, you guys were making some headway. Like, what's the best option and choice for this whole thing to end?
The gods to be removed.
Once again, do you just want me to pop it out?
And that brings a whole other that's a whole other kettle of fish that we're not going to get into.
What do you mean by pop it out?
Take the godhood somewhere else?
That's literally what Hol'Goth said.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, we have a way to do that. He said, I'll take it and just leave.
That was his thing, and then everyone disagreed with like, no, that's a bad idea.
Well, I slightly still agree with that.
But thank you guys for playing. A little bit more laid back. We kind of needed to plan some things out, and we still need to figure out how the hell you guys are getting to Cathedral and what to do there.
What do you mean we're starting a war and we're flying there? Josh, plan for the biggest battle.
It's already there.
Also, like, not to sound awful, and I hate doing this to DMs, but I really do feel like we should split up just a little bit.
It's your choice. I suggest never split the party, but that's a suggestion. I never say you guys stay together.
I think at the beginning when we're trying to like infiltrate and shit, I actually agree.
Right, and then come together, and that's why I was like, I don't know, like I just feel like big
And
battle.
we'll stay all connected through the chat.
If
so.
that's what you guys want, if that's what you guys want to do, that's fine.
I completely concur. I feel like also just via like every book and movie that I've consumed, that tends to
I
happen
appreciate you,
towards
but they
the
don't.
ending.
If you wish to succeed at multiple objectives, the best idea is to split, but you need to be careful, as in extremely careful.
Sir.
So, with that being said, I hope everyone is healthy. I hope everyone's staying safe. The world is really chaotic right now on a lot of fronts. So, we will see you guys next week. So, keep those 20s warm. I'll see you guys later.